That is not what I wanted. There we go. Got just the 3 screen going here, just whatever on the website, the Ninja website. I figured that would be pretty easy to do. My bongo cat down. I don't know how many people are going to tune in, but I did tell them about it. It's a Sunday, so I'm not expecting a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. Choice words, huh?
What?
Choice words.
I wanted to make sure that people were aware, this is an unfiltered broadcast, and I don't want y'all to try to change who y'all are for me, right? That's beyond me. That change comes from somebody else. That change does not come from me. So I didn't want people to, like come in and be like, oh, how dare they say that? I'm like, this is their podcast. If they want to say it, they can. Like,
just be advised.
Just be advised. This is what's gonna happen.
No problem.
And I said may. I didn't say they will. I said may. May. Okay.
We're a fun group, yeah.
I've got to stay hydrated, bro. Yeah. Especially when I've got this thing going on. I had such a fever. So it's like I got to be aware. Even more so than usual. But it is what it is.
Okay. All right. And there we go. All right. Yeah, awesome. We're live. It is the Unfiltered podcast. It is Sunday, December 7th, 2025. I'm Tyler Anderson. The internet knows me as Tyler Liger. I have Ed on the other side of me, and then we have a special guest today.
Hello.
That is
How are you?
Israel, also known on the Twitter world, or the Twitch world. There we go.
Yes. It's all good.
Because it's not we're not exactly, well, now it's like X, so
yeah, now it's X.
But TCWarriorETP, welcome to Unfiltered.
Thank you. Welcome. I appreciate it.
It's awesome to have you here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to be here for sure.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
excited. I had no idea what's going to happen, but we're going to roll with it. Let's do it.
Think of it as just like kind of hanging out for, 90 minutes, 2 hours. That's kind of how we roll. It's
awesome.
Pretty easy going.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
We like to talk about all things big and small and just kind of see where the day takes us.
Okay.
But because you're here today, you get to be the star of the show. How about that?
I don't know about the star, but I'll if I have to take center stage, I'll take center stage, I guess. Just this one time, though. Just this one time.
Good. Well, my friend, I've known you for a few years here. I have a lot of high respect for you. And again, I give you high praise whenever I bring you up.
Thank you so much.
But, go ahead and tell us about yourself and, what you do in your Twitch streams and how you approach life.
I approach life in a single way. I want to treat people the way that I want to be treated. A lot of people use that as it's the golden rule, and it is. Some people will twist that and turn it to fit their needs. I'm more of, listen, I rather it twist and turn me to fit his need. But I'm a Twitch streamer. I'm a father of 3. I've been married for almost 17 years. Going on in January will be 17 years. Glory be to God on that, because, we all have our struggles. We all have our fights, and I've had to deal with that once before, and I'm glad I just don't have to deal with it now. I love to reach people. I love to, just be a part of people's lives as they're a part of my life. I live a life that is unfiltered. No pun intended.
Hey!
No pun intended. I don't
Choice
filter
actions.
myself. Yeah, I don't filter myself for others. I represent one, and that's who I'm about. I'm about him. So
that's awesome.
Very cool. Yeah. The other day I saw you on stream and you were kind of explaining how you and your wife met. Is it okay to bring that
Oh
up?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So me and my wife met at Wonderland. That was the first time we met. I was going on 18. She was 17 years old, and she was working there. We were there after hours, hanging out in the parking lot, and I seen this crazy, goofy girl that was running around in the sprinklers, and my homeboy worked there. That's why I was there. This is maybe incriminating, but I always got into Wonderland for free. I didn't have to pay for any rides.
Heck yeah, man.
People just loved me. That wasn't something that I asked for. I just show up with money in hand, and they're like, "No, you're good, bro. Don't worry about it." They just let me in. So
that's awesome.
It was pretty cool, kind of being that guy or whatever. But meeting her for the first time, and of course, I am a, dark pigmentation gentleman, and she is a light pigmentation woman. So I was very nervous to meet her because you never know what you're going to run into when it comes to you taking that step or crossing that bridge. You never know. So
of course, yeah.
My homeboy was very straightforward. I said, "Hey, I want to meet her," and he brought her over. He said, "Israel, Tiffany, Israel." And that's literally what he did. And then he walked away and just left me there to talk to this girl that I've never talked to before, ever.
So do you like stuff? Like, kind of like...
Yeah, like you like stuffing things? Like, I have no clue what I'm going to say to this girl, right? So we're talking, and we're actually having a good conversation. Well, I wound up asking her for her number, and she gave it to me, and we talked. And we dated for like 2 weeks, and she broke up with me. She was one girl, the only girl that I wanted to know back then, that I wanted to take my time with. I didn't want to have anything physical or anything like that. I just wanted to get to know her. And this was before I even started walking with the Lord or anything like that. It was just my heart towards her. It was like, man, I just want to get to know her. Like, something about this girl is just different. And I told her that, and she broke up with me like the day after I said that. And I was just like, well, screw it.
Man,
I was like, I'm just gonna be a wild man then. Whatever, it's fine. I just, forget about it. I'm tired of being nice. All these different things that I dealt with. But fast forward 2.5 years later, she's at my friend's house, and he's dating her cousin. She sees me in a frame on his mantle, and she asks, "Is that Israel?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's him." And he goes over the story, blah blah blah. And she goes, "Do you know where he lives?" Not stalkerish at all, guys. By the way, not stalkerish at all. Okay. Saying that sarcastically.
Purely coincidental.
Yeah, pure.
Right.
Yeah, and he goes, "Yeah, I know where he lives. I can take you over there." I was in Lubbock at the time. Okay, so I'm helping a friend move from Lubbock back to Amarillo, and she goes over and she is talking to my sisters. Now, there's a lot of change that happened in my life, a lot of transformation that happened in my life. I was the baggy jeans, bad mouth. I'd smoke 2.5 packs a day. Like I was that guy, long tee. Like, yeah, I knew how to respect people because my mom and dad taught me how to respect people. But if you disrespected me, there was a chance that you would catch hands. And I'm not talking about laying on of hands. I'm talking about catch these hands, like square up. I was angry. I was very frustrated. Right. I was an angry guy. So my sisters are telling her, like, the things that, I'm going to talk about this because it is who I am. It's part of the story that got it done in my life, and how amazing he had transformed me from who I was to who I am now, because I believe that, true surrender causes true transformation. That's just how it is. And my life was a testimony of that. So they tell her, and she's just like blown away that, this guy that she broke up with 2.5 years ago, that her mom and dad never let her forget about, by the way. I don't even know how this happened. We met one time. I met her mom and dad one time. They took us to Wonderland on a date. And her dad, I just introduced myself just as a gentleman. How are you doing? My name is Israel. It's nice to meet you. Just and met her brothers and her sister and all the family, right? Just on a date, casual date, going to Wonderland. Well, apparently I left an impression because her mom never stopped talking about me. Her sister never stopped talking about me. Her dad never stopped talking about me. And then her brother would bring up, hey, what happened to that Israel guy that you were dating? Like, what happened to that guy? Like, he seemed like he was treating you well. What was going on with that? So, they never let her forget. I personally completely wiped her out of mine. I was like, I don't want to know
At the time,
you.
yeah.
At the time, it was just like, I don't want to know you. Don't want anything to do with you. This, that, and the other, right? Well, I get a phone call from my sisters as I'm on my way back to Amarillo from Lubbock, and they, it was very interesting because they tell me, hey, guess who came by? And I was like, well, who? And they're like, Tiffany. And I was like, who's Tiffany? Completely, I'm not joking. This was my demeanor. This was my mind. It was like, who's Tiffany? Like, I don't know who that is. And my mom and dad used to call her Longhorn because she used to be a Texas Longhorn fan. She's not anymore. She's an Oak. She's a Sooner fan now. For you Texas fans out there, listen, I converted her to Sooner. All right. But anyway, so she used to be known as Longhorn, and as soon as the name Longhorn hit my mind, bro, my mind was like overwhelmed with all these different thoughts and memories of her. And I was like, oh snap, like Longhorn came by. And this time, I'm looking for my wife. I'm 19 years old, but I knew I wanted to get married young. I knew I wanted to have kids and all that stuff young because that's what my parents did. My parents got married 2019, and I wanted to 20 and 19, that was their ages, and I wanted to have that foundation early, something that I could build on, something I could grow into. It was important to me to have that. So, I was looking for my wife. I was praying for my wife. And just so happened that she showed up on my doorstep, and that was definitely unexpected. And she came back that night. It was around like 11. I'm at the house. I let my sister know, like, hey, if she wants to come back, let her know I'll be back at this time. And she came back with no hesitation, and we talked till 3:00 in the morning outside of my house on the porch, just talking about what God did in my life and all these different things. Well, she wound up recommitting her life to the Lord that night. And my mom, you know how moms are, they're very not pushy but pushy, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
I didn't have a car at the time. My mom comes out. My mom should be sleeping. It's 3:00 in the morning. I'm talking outside, and she comes out and she says, well, Israel, I can't take you to work in the morning. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll walk. I was just of that mindset. If I can't get to work by driving, I'm going to walk there. Nobody's going to stop me from working. I'll just do it. But Tiffany looks at me and she goes, hey, I'll take you to work. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. Like, that is not something that you have to do. I don't want to put you out. And she goes, no, it's fine. I'll take you to work. So she gets up. I had to be at work. I think it was like 3 hours later, like 6:30 a.m. So we're out there talking till 3. 6:30 a.m. I had to be up for work. She comes back, gets me, takes me to work, and then every day after that, she took me to work.
That sounds like keeper. It's like,
bro, it was definitely a keeper,
100%.
And she was dating somebody at the time, so I wasn't even like trying to put my foot in or anything like that. I was just like, honestly, I was praying like, Lord, I have these feelings for this girl, right? And you see that I have these feelings for this girl. I have had feelings for other girls that I thought were going to be my wife, and they are obviously not the one, right? Like,
right.
There were signs, and I had to follow those signs. And let's just say I had to step away because it would have not been good. But when it came to this one, I had these strong feelings for her. It was like reliving my teenage years all over again. I mean, still a teenager because I was 19, but like reliving those emotions, those feelings, those strong feelings that I had to just get to know her and be a part of her life, no matter what. Like, drop every girl, every number, didn't care. Just like, I want to know this one. This one is the one I want to know. So those feelings came. I was committed 100. And those feelings came back, and they came back stronger. And I'm just like, I don't want these feelings. If they're not of you, I don't want them. Because I don't want to go down a road of like chasing some girl that has nothing to do with me, nothing to do with my future, nothing to do with being the mother of my children and all those different. I didn't want to chase it. So I'm like, Lord, I just know I don't want it. And the more I prayed that, the stronger it got. And I was just like, all right, well, it scared me because it's like, well, now I'm moving into like, I'm loving this person, like having a strong desire for them to be a part of my life. And I don't know how she feels. She has a boyfriend, you know? Well, one day we're in her car. She's taking me home from work, and her boyfriend worked at Quick Quack at the time. And she was like, hey, I want to introduce you to my boyfriend. And I was like, dude, I don't know where this came from. I kind of do know where this came from, but I'm usually not this bold when I say stuff. But I said this to her. I said, if you want to settle for less, that's on you. And she looked at me. Yeah, dude. I even like inwardly was like, what did I just say? That came out of this mouth. What did I just say to this girl that I don't even know if she's into me like that? I knew she had feelings for me per se, but I didn't know that she wanted to be in a relationship with me. And I'm bold enough to say something like this, and it was just wild that it came out of my mouth. I couldn't even believe it. And she looks at me and she goes, you like me, don't you? And I was just like, you know, trying to play it off, but it's too late now. I'm already said
You're already in the bed.
Statement, you know what I mean? I'm just like, you like me too, you know, type of thing. And she like looked at me, and
you like me first, you know?
Yeah. So it was one of those things. Like she wound up breaking up with her boyfriend, and we never were officially dating. But my sisters, my mom, my dad, everybody, we started going to church together and all these different things, and they were just like, there's something there between you two. And I tried to put it off as much as I possibly could. Well, we dated for about a month before I asked her to marry me. And yeah, so talking about crazy type of boldness to step out and do that.
Right.
But we were sitting in her car, and it wasn't some traditional, you know, here's a ring, on one knee, like anything like that. I'm not a very traditional guy. I never have been. My wife knows that I don't get flowers. I can get flowers, and I will get flowers to gentlemen. If your wife likes flowers, go ahead and get her flowers, no matter how you feel about it. Now, I don't always get her flowers, but when I do, it's a surprise to her because she knows how I feel about flowers, right? I think they're a waste of money because they die within a week. It's like, I just spent $30 on roses that are dead. What do I do with like, what do we do with these dead roses now? You know, I could have got you something else. So that's how my mind has always been on flowers. But she likes flowers, so sometimes I will get her flowers because she loves flowers. But anyways, we're sitting in her car, and we're just talking about, you know, the Lord, and talking about the stars and how beautiful they are. And there was this one star that was just shining brighter than all the other ones. And I was just telling, like, you know, that's you for me. Like you shine brighter than all the other ones out there. And I feel this like inward pull towards her to ask her to marry me. And I'm just like, you know, kind of like this. I don't know if that's something I should do. Like, we're not even official yet. Like, you know, all tradition aside, like how the world says you should do it. Like, you should, you know, date for 5,000 years before you get married, or at least before you even get engaged. Like, all of that was out of my mind. Okay. Out of my mind. But I have this like inward pull towards her, and I mustered up the question, do you want to get married? Not even will you marry me? Okay. I looked at her and I said, do you want to get married? And she looks at me in the most non-traditional way and goes, yeah, sure. And we started planning our wedding.
That's cool.
And then 3 months later, we were married. And then honeymoon night came, and then 9 months later, we conceived, and you know, the rest is history. But I've had my struggles, and I've had my fights that I've had to deal with. I've had other people try to approach me. One almost snatched me away, but thank God I didn't walk into that. It was something I had to run away from. If there's something that is trying to attach itself to you, run away from it, gentlemen. If it's not your wife, want to run away. And that's something I had to humble myself and literally run away from, because I didn't want to lose what God had given me, and also my children, and not being a part of their life, and just being one of those stereotypical guys of a set pigmentation that is no longer part of their kids, and then you live out that stereotype. And I did. It was deeper than that, but it was like, do I just want to be another stereotype, or do I want to be a part of my wife's life and my kids' life? And I had to make a strong decision to run away from a situation, and that's what I did, knowing that there was financial things that were going to happen, and that I had to walk away from a job and all these different things. Knowing that that was going to happen, I really had to put trust in God first, because it's like, I've got to do this, because if I don't do this, I'm going to lose literally everything. I'm going to lose everything that you have put in my life. And I didn't want to do that. I would have lost stream. I would have lost, my wife, my kids, even the church that I go to. And I love the church that I go to, I would have had to step away from that, because not them per se, but me. It was a focus on, I need to fix this, because if I don't fix this, then I do this, not anybody else. See, a lot of people want to put the blame on other people. No, it was my fault, and I knew it. I knew that everything that I was dealing with was on me. It wasn't something that God necessarily wanted for me, or wanted me to go through. That had nothing to do with it. I had choices that I had to make, that I had to walk through. And because I was making choices, there was some consequences for the actions that I had because of that. And there's a lot of hurt and healing that is happening in my marriage right now because of certain decisions that I made. Thank God I didn't make the decision to be with that other woman. Thank God I didn't do that. But it could have happened, straight up. It could have happened. And then we wouldn't be having the same conversation that we have right now. I wouldn't be the PC that right now, because I would be in another situation. Okay. The stream would have been shut down, everything. Cause I didn't want to live this, yo, what's up, Mel? How you doing? I didn't want to live this life that was contrary. Once again, it's like, people know a lot of Christians as hypocrites, right? Like you hold to a certain standard, but you don't live that certain standard behind closed doors. This is how you are in church, but this is not how you are outside amongst all these different people. You know what I mean? So it's, people always hold this like this. I don't want to be, I don't want to be a Christian, or I don't want to associate with Christians because they're all hypocrites. Let's be honest. You go to a grocery store, you're walking into hypocrisy. Everybody is pretty much a hypocrite.
Everybody there,
You go to the gas station, that's how it happens. All these different things. But I know people in my life that hold to a set standard, and they encourage me to also hold to that set standard. You know what I mean? And that it's important to me that I keep that when it comes to my wife, when it comes to my kids, when it comes to, just being like walking this thing out in front of people, no matter where I am, no matter who I'm talking to, no matter what podcast I'm on. It's a part of me. I can't put the hat down of being, a Christ follower for an hour and 30 minutes or 2 hours, because it's me. This is who I am. Without him, I have found personally that I am nothing. The way that I am now, the transfer that has happened in my life now, you wouldn't have liked the same guy. Ed, the guy that you respect, would not be the guy that you respect without him and what he's done in my life. And I know that. So I refuse to lay down my Christian hat or whatever for anybody. I live an absolute unfiltered life. I live a life that glorifies him, and it's not about me. I can lose followers, I can lose views, I can lose all these different things, but it's like, in the end, what am I truly doing? Whatever I gain in compromise, I have to keep in compromise. You know what I mean? So if I compromise my integrity, or if I compromise what the Bible says, if I compromise my stream for any type of views, that's something I'll have to keep by that.
Right.
And once I go back, and like backtrack and be like, oh man, I was sorry, I didn't mean to do all that, then everything that you built on top of that foundation is gone. It's shut down.
I think a lot of streamers kind of lose sight of that. Like, don't forget where you start at, and
exactly, that's huge.
Right. And then that's why you see a lot of these big streamers kind of almost like lose their soul in order to get the views, in order to get the recognition and the fame, and to be a part of all those friend circles,
Yeah, exactly.
And like, when that crumbles, you're left with nothing, and
absolutely nothing.
You're left with a smoldering crater. So, I mean, don't change who you are. I mean, people latch on because they like you for you.
Exactly right. And it's important. I've watched a lot of the big time streamers that I follow over the years, I've watched them lose like the amount of viewership that they have and all those different things because they have forgotten that those people have, you know, really helped get them where they are. You know, I admire Shroud, even though he, you know, we don't share the same views, right? But I admire Shroud because he's like, I'll play whatever game I want, when I want, how I want, you know, and people come in because I'm playing the game that I want to play and I'm enjoying the game that I want to play, and that's why people watch. And it's the same thing with me. It's like I didn't want to build or try to build something off of me being a specific way or playing a specific game or being really good at this, that, and the other. I didn't want to do that. You know, number one, like I wanted to have a Christ-centered foundation in my stream. And then number two, like everybody's welcome. You don't have to be a Christian to follow me, you know, or come into chat and hang out. Like you can still feel at home in my stream. Know that I talk about God all the time because he's a part of me. It's what I do. But you can still feel at home in my stream. And not feel like I'm beating you over the head, you know. But if you ask me a question, guess what? I'm going to answer that question to the best of my ability, you know. And I'm always going to go back to the Word of God when it comes to it. So it's not something that you're going to hear that's going to be, oh, well, that's just TC's opinion, you know. That's just something that he says because, you know, he holds to a certain conviction. No, I have things to back up, and I have to have things that back up what I say, because if I don't have those things, then I'm just tossed to and fro, man. Whatever somebody says here, oh, I follow that. Whatever somebody says there, oh, I'll follow that, you know. And it doesn't make for a stable community when the person that you're looking to be like a leader or to help you out when you're going through something, right? And it just like it doesn't even have to be like a biblical thing. Yo, what's good, Drew? It's good to see you, my friend. But just the you know, basic life lessons that I've learned over the course of being 37 years old can be something that somebody can grab a hold to and, you know, get that foundation and be like, hey, I can get with that. You know, it's something I can stand on, that I can maybe help get my life in a different direction. So it's 30. I thought you were 25. I am not 25. But,
that's great.
But it's one of those things that's like, man, if we could all just get to a point where we have something that really, you know, that we can stand on, you know what I mean? Just a foundation that we can just stand on and like not be shaken or waved off of the nonsense, because let's be honest, there's a lot of chaos in this world.
Oh, there is.
There's so much shenanigans and nonsense, and one person wants you to look at this and one person wants you to look at that. One person wants you to believe this other person wants you to believe that. Even though these people have history behind what they believe, these persons like, you don't have any history behind what you believe. All these different, like, you can, I'm telling you, if you don't have any foundation yourself, you will get lost in the chaos. You absolutely will, and your brain will explode because you just can't find any peace. So one of the things that I pray about when I start my stream is like, may this be a place where people find peace, where you can just hang out, you know, escape all the chaos and the nonsense that is happening outside of this, and come in and actually experience something that's, you know, not going to weigh you down, not going to, you know, add to your stress or add to your anxiety or add to the depression and all these different things that are happening in this world that's so chaotic. I want to be a place where people can find a home and enjoy themselves and really, truly just, you know, love life, you know, have a laugh, you know, experience joy. Like, and that's important to me. But, you know, yeah, that's who I am. And that's I mean, that's how I met my wife. I don't know how we got off on that, but that's, I think
I started it. That's my bad.
that was totally Ed's fault on that one.
But, you know, it was a good rabbit trail. You know, sometimes there's a rabbit you see and you're like, should I shoot it or should I chase after it? That was one that it was good to chase after.
Yeah,
so
it was good.
I'm okay with that.
So how does that play? So how does that play kind of in your streaming origins? Because, I mean, it feels like, you know, your faith and your family has been like two major foundations into what you're doing. Absolutely. So how did you kind of wander into Twitch and start building up a community?
So this is a kind of crazy story. Back in 2020, this is when I started, but even before then, I would say probably a year before that, my son was I think 10 going on 11 at the time. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching Tim the Tap Man, and Tim just pops off at the mouth, like pops off. I mean, he's chill, and then all of a sudden he gets killed, and he's just like blah blah blah. He just freaks out, and I'm like, dude, my son's 10 going on 11. I don't want him to hear this mess. Like, I don't cuss, so I don't want my son to listen to people that are like that. So I turned it, and I was looking for somebody else. And another person I'm hanging out on, and I'm like, okay, this guy seems pretty cool. It seems super chill. And he pops off at the mouth. I'm like, dude, like, and inwardly, I said this. I said, Lord, is there anybody out there that is actually family friendly, or maybe even a Christian, that I can just hang out with my son and play games? Is there anybody out there that I can just watch? And I felt in my heart, God say, you do it. And at the time, I didn't have a PC. At the time, I didn't have appreciate the alert, Coley. At the time, I didn't have anything. I had an Xbox One. Okay, I didn't know how to stream, didn't know how to set up OBS, didn't know how to do overlays, alerts, none of that stuff. So it's like that was foreign language to me when I first got started. I was like, all right, I guess. I mean, it's in my heart to do it, so I guess you're gonna make it happen. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. But fast forward to 2020, I'm working at the Vault Gaming Center, and we're having a blast, man. I'm there like 6 days a week. We're having a lot of fun. We're playing games. We're enjoying our time.
It's shaking his head, yes.
Yeah, we just had an absolute blast. And then all of a sudden, the government things happen, and they tell us, hey, well, you can no longer be a business right now. You got to shut down because of this, that, and the other. I, being frustrated at the situation, because I watched that as this amazing business that I poured into and truly feel like it was something that was a big part of my life, I had to shut its doors. We started 24-hour streaming. So we all had an 8-hour. By the way, if you want to know how it's easy for me to go 8 hours behind a camera, that's how. Because we used to have streams that would go 8 hours, and sometimes somebody would oversleep, so I had to go until they wake up, and then then give them the stream. But I had to learn how to set up OBS. I had to learn how to do all these different things that I didn't know. So it was like God provided a way for me to do it. Me not knowing that this was going to be like the way that I stepped into it. I just knew that was going to happen. And then when we officially shut our doors, I asked them if I could use a PC to stream, so I could continue to stream from the house. And they let me do that, and I took it home, and the rest is history, man. Started off on Facebook, trying to working out the kinks on Facebook. Facebook gaming had just become a big thing, so I'm working out the kinks. I think we did Facebook for 4 months. Okay. And I'd already reached over 400 followers.
Oh wow,
nice!
On Facebook,
that's incredible.
Which was huge. So we did that, and then I felt pressed in my heart that now, since you've worked out the kinks, now it's time to stream on TikTok or on Twitch. So I was like, all right, and I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but took everything I learned, got my overlays going, got my alerts going, all those different things, and I was affiliate within the first month of my Twitch career, and the follows just kept pouring in. I started getting rated by massive people with 400 followers, and I'm like,
oh, awesome.
400 viewers, they're coming into the channel because I'm the guy that's up super late, but also like the chill guy or whatever. I've got family friendly on my channel. At this time, they didn't even have a Christian tag at this time when I first started streaming. It was all just family friendly, and you were very particular on who you watched that was family friendly, because sometimes they just wanted the views.
Right.
So it was one of those things. I was there, and one of the first big streamers that rated me was Pastor Susie, who was a Christian streamer, who's a pastor, who is still going strong to this day. And I was shocked that there was a pastor streaming and doing all the things that I wanted to do. At first I didn't know that was a thing. Then as I started to get people watching me, I would raid out, and then these other people would raid me. Headshot Chick was one of them. She still has over 400 people watching her. She's also on TikTok and all the different things now, so she's not just on Twitch anymore. So she's got a massive following. And then her name at the time was Her Princess, and I went back and watched the raid because I wanted to like, how'd she even find me? Like, this is weird because she was like, she has nothing to do with what I am doing except for League. Like, that was the only thing that we had in common. Is I was playing League of Legends, and I go back and I'm listening to her fishing the rate me. Her chat's like, oh, it says that he's family friendly, and she tells her chat, she's like, I could be family friendly, and everybody just like, nah, bro, like ain't no way you could be family friendly. And it made me laugh that that's what happened. And then she rates me, and you know, I just welcome everybody in because that's just me. You know, I don't put aside who I am in Christ, but I just welcome people in because I know that there's people that are looking for a home. They desire a place where they can belong. And in this digital space, a lot of the times we're on digital because we're lonely. You know, we're looking for somebody to hang out with, to talk to get to know and have that experience with. So that's how it all started. You know, now we're 5 years in, and I've taken breaks. I was GM of a business where I took a long break, I didn't have to, but I felt like I needed to, even though I didn't need to. I needed to keep streaming. It was on my heart to keep streaming, but I just stopped. I laid it down because I was like, I've got to do this instead at this moment in time. So I was gone for like 6 months, dude, and people were calling me and texting me on Discord like, dude, where are you at? Like, you left us.
Are you okay?
Like, yeah, like, are you good? Yeah. Like, you left us, you abandoned us. And I honestly, I shut everything down. I stopped responding to Discord and all these different things because I thought in my mind, like, I had other stuff that I had to do. So took that break, came back, wasn't expecting anybody to, you know, be there when I came back. And it was like, yeah, we're still here. We may not be watching you now because we're watching somebody else, but every so often somebody that had been following me for, you know, a couple of years would come in and say hi. Like, I'm glad that you're here, you know, like, it's stuff like that. But then I took another break, and this one was recently when I was dealing with the stuff with my wife and all those different things. I wanted to make sure, because again, it's like, who am I on stream and who am I off stream? I want to make sure that those two match, because I knew that I wasn't living right before God. So I wanted to make sure that got right before I start streaming, because without him, I wouldn't even have the ability to do what I do and influence the people that I influence. And I know a lot of people, they have influence and they have these different things that they do when they're streaming that they don't understand. Like, they're actually influencing people. You know, you have thousands of people watching you. You're an influencer. You are somebody that they are looking up to, and they take your word as gold. Well, the thing about me is like, I don't want people to take my word as gold. I want people to take his word as gold. That was important to me, no matter who came in, you know, whether you were a Christian, non-Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever, that didn't matter to me. It just mattered to me that I stood strong to my faith and my integrity. And that was important to me. So if you come in and ask questions, yeah, I'm going to answer. But I'm going to answer them according to the Bible, because that's where my standard is. You know, it doesn't matter about what TC thinks. Once again, it's about, hey, what does the Bible say about that situation? Well, this is what the Bible says. If you want to argue with the Bible, then you can argue with the Bible, but you're not going to argue with, I'm not going to be the one that takes the blame for it. Okay? Listen,
I'm just a messenger.
Yeah, I believe the Bible, but what's up, Brendan? It's good to see you on TikTok. But I'm the guy that believes the Bible, right? That's who I am, and that's where it stays. I didn't write it. I believe it. That's the world of me, you know. So to hold to that truth was important to me, to take that step back and say, Lord, I got to get this right, and I got to get what's right with my wife and what's right with my kids. That is huge for me. That's important for me. So I took a long break, and I came back, and we hit it hard, and then I wound up getting injured at the job that I was working at, which was crazy. Broke my wrist, broke my ribs, busted up my hip, all these different things. Like, I'm like, things are starting to go well, and then this happens, right? Like, I have finances coming in. I just closed my business down. I just left the job that I was at, and it's like, there's always somebody that's out there to attack you, right? There's always, whether you believe it or not, there's somebody out there that wants to attack you. Okay, it's part of it. It's who he is, and that's who I disagree with. Okay, I'll just say that. But I wound up falling off a ladder. I wasn't doing anything too crazy. I wasn't up on the top like trying to do something weird, dangling off one leg. I've been up and down that ladder all day long. Right before lunch, I go up and I grab a ceiling towel, and the ladder hits the ground before I even, I can hear the sound of the ladder before I even hit the ground. I turn around and I'm like, oh, well, this is going to hurt. Like, that's where my mind is. This is going to hurt. This is not going to feel good. So I'm in my mind, I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I'm having this inward dialogue as I'm going slow motion through the air, because that's what it feels like. What do I do? Okay, I don't want to fall on my back. I know I'm going to hit this ladder. I know I'm going to fall on the ladder because it fell right underneath me. So I don't want to hit my back on it. I don't want the full brunt of the fall to go on my ribs, so I need to do something. Okay, I'll put my wrist down. And once I put my wrist down, I put my elbow down to kind of just soften the blow on my wrist, so it didn't take everything, but it did. It was the first thing that hit. Went on my elbow, landed on my ribs. And it just busted me up something fierce. So that happened. Then I had to take a break from stream. Hello. Camera went out of focus. I had to take a break from stream, but this time when I took a break, it was like I let people know what was going on. Okay, I fell off a ladder. I can't even pick up a controller right now. I can't even get out of the couch, let alone try to turn on the camera and be there for you guys. Like, but I'm texting in Discord with my left hand now, which is not my dominant hand. I know how to use it. I'm ambidextrous in a couple of things. I play pool with my left hand, and I sweep with my left hand, and all these different things. So I know how to use it, but it's not my dominant hand. It's not it's not every day that I'm using it. So I'm letting people know, hey, this has happened, but we're believing for this, that, and the other, and we're just gonna watch God move in my life. That's what I'm telling people. But I'm gonna be gone for a while because I cannot stream right now, and this is a disaster. So 2 weeks happened. I hadn't seen a specialist or anything like that. We don't have insurance. So it's like, well, how are we going to see that? I was working as a contract laborer. So it's like, well, how am I going to pay for this? And all these different things, right? I'm not working. My wife is working. She's, she does cleaning. So she's doing her business and trying to get more clients and build up so that we can compensate for the, money that I'm no longer making. Right. And it was like, dude, what do I do? Now I used to be the traditional provider, the traditional, the man goes to work and makes the money, and the wife doesn't have to work, but if she does, she doesn't have to make a lot type of, all of the different things that, as we've grown up, this tradition hits or whatever. And trust me, I believe that men should provide for their family. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Just some of us provide differently than others. And it's important that we understand it and be able to recognize that. But, I couldn't, and it hurt me. And there was times where I'd cry and just be like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even know how I'm going to get a job. I've been working for myself for the past, 5 years. What do I do now? Who's going to hire a person that, has had his own business, has all these different things. Now I'm overqualified, right? Because I've owned my own business. They don't want to teach because it's like, oh, well, he already knows all these different things. And I've put in multiple applications and nothing. So fast forward, I get healed. My wrist is still healing up. My ribs are still healing up. But I didn't have to have surgery. Thank God for that. That took prayer, that took fighting, all those different things. But I didn't have to have surgery. No metal in my bones, which is what I did not want. I didn't want metal in my bones. Matter of fact, the 4 fragments that the doctor had seen on the x-ray completely moved out of the way. I have no ridges or jagged edges on my bone. It's completely rounded and healed up and attached to its joint. So, I mean, everything worked out supernaturally. It was great. Letters are dangerous creatures, facts. That's a true statement. And every so often I'll have like a dream of like that fall. And it's so weird because it's just like, oh, that was so much pain. That's something that sticks with you. There's a lot of pain.
Right.
Stays in memory. Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all can hear that or not.
Oh, But I do have a question. It's very lighthearted.
Yeah.
Could you
Yeah,
shout
absolutely.
out Sumo Dog, because I know Drew is in the chat, in our chat.
Let's go. Okay.
And
Drew,
he's always here for a shout out to Sumo Dog, whether it's on the Unfiltered podcast or it's on Corn Fed. So I'll let you know. Like I'll tell you a little more about Sumo Dog as well. So give Sumo Dog a shout out.
Yeah, so guys, I don't know who Sumo Dog is, but this guy knows him and he trusts him. So, and he had me on his podcast. So it's the least that I can do is like, hey, Sumo Dog, I don't know who you are, but maybe one day we can play some games together and maybe collab or something and like hang out and like you meet my community, I meet your community. And just
Tyler, you better tell him.
Okay, yeah. So
are you Sumo Dog?
So no, I'm not Sumo Dog. So Sumo Dog is Sweeze's dog. Sumo.
Oh, okay.
Sumo.
Oh, okay.
And
so it's an actual dog.
Yeah, he's an actual dog. So he's
awesome.
He's more than happy like to meet your community.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And to probably play games with you. He'll probably want pets.
Yeah. We can
play fetch
and stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be great. Not exactly what I was thinking, but you know, I love dogs, so that's also cool.
Yeah. So
playing with dogs. Yeah.
So Tanner, he's known as Sweeze, and he's America's Sweeze heart. And the big reason why people really love Sweeze is because of Sumo Dog. And and then Sumo, he appeared like I think on the second episode, he appeared like he actually made an appearance. Okay. And oh my gosh, like just it was fun. And he's a good boy. He's a very good boy.
That's awesome. I wish my dog was as good as your dog is. Or, you know, my dog is the opposite of that. He's too smart for his own good. I love him. He is a mess. Okay. The dog needs prayer along with other things, but the dog definitely needs prayer. He's a mess. But I do cherish him. He's an American bully. Okay. And he's got dwarfism in his front legs, and he's got this big old head, and he's 50 pounds of solid muscle. He's an amazing dog, but he is so smart. He knows how to break into the house through his doggy door, even with the cover on.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you need to be outside because I don't want you pooping and being on the floor. That's why we put you outside, so that you can do it outside, not inside. You know, that was the whole point. And he's just starting to recognize, well, I say that this is in hopes that he is starting to recognize, like, hey, we put you outside so that you can poop and pee outside, not inside. But we're still having a little bit of issues with that.
You tried the whole treat training thing?
Treat training. Listen, we've tried treat training. We've tried. He's just too smart. He just doesn't. He's like, I know what you're doing. And it'll happen for a little bit. It's like, all right, I did this for a little bit. Now I'm going to do this. Now, instead of him breaking in the house and running into the living room, now he breaks into the house and sits on my bed because he's like, well, if I'm sitting on the bed, nobody knows I'm in the house. And it's true. Nobody knows he's in the house. That's why I told you he's super smart. So when I come in and I'm looking at this black dot on my bed with the lights off, I'm like, where's this? Like, is that you, Hank? No, you're not on my bed. So I have to get him and put him outside again. Like, no, you're going outside. Like, this is how this works. So he's really smart. He is a precious dog, but he's something that we are training together. I'm trying to get the kids on board with the training because it's like, if I'm doing it, mom's doing it, but the kids aren't doing it, it kind of just falls apart.
Right. So give your dog a shout out real quick, because that's what Drew's wanting.
Okay. W shout out to Hank the dog.
Hank the dog.
Yeah, he is amazing. He is something else. He really is literally something else. Yes, that guy is something different, but he is an amazing dog. I do love him. So we also have a cat too, but that's a different story.
Okay.
The cat I don't have to deal with, right? The cat, he's
cat's got himself. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. You know, he'll come and it's weird because he's kind of like a dog. If I'm in the kitchen, he'll come and he'll sit by my legs as I'm cooking or talking to the wife in the kitchen. He's fine. He's amazing. But Hank, on the other hand, he's still got some work to do for sure.
Okay.
I got to train the cat at a young age. We got Hank when he was 2 years old. So we rescued him from the dog pound, and we found him there. But the cat, he was maybe 4 weeks old when we found him and rescued him from. He was in a fence, and my wife found him, and I think he was on Facebook. And this lady was like, "Hey, I just found this baby cat. He's a fish or kitten, as people call it. He's at this fence," and we grabbed him. So, and he's been with us ever since.
It's awesome.
Well, good for that. Yeah. We were talking before the stream started, and you were giving me trouble about wearing the wrong hat. And what was funny is that the beanie I was wearing said the vault on it from where you worked.
Yep.
And then you're like, well, why aren't you wearing my beanie? Well, here I am. I ran to the other room, and I got your beanie.
He went and got the beanie. He's got the merch on, guys. If you hadn't got your merch yet, merch. Nah, it's Christmas time, guys.
Click the link on this Twitch. You know,
it's right there. Perfect Christmas gift.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've got some really cool stuff that's out there. That's kind of crazy. That Streamlabs just popped up my merch link right there.
That's awesome. That's great.
I'm not saying that's a sign, but all I'm saying is it's there. Now you can click on it. Now you even have to go look for it.
Yeah, I was talking to Israel on his stream, and I said, "Man, you got any beanies?" He's like, "Well, no." But then he went and got some made, and then I started looking more. He's got some hoodies, a bomber jacket.
Yep.
So he's got the merch. Go get you some. Stay warm this winter.
But yeah, it was so funny because he's like, "Do you got any beanies at all?" And I was like, "I don't, but I can make you some." And that's what I did. I went and made him options. Awesome. I gave him tons and tons of options. So.
7 or 8 colors at least.
Yeah, I was just like, there you go. There it is. But Streamlabs does make it easier for me to do that type of stuff. So it's like, I do put some heart into it and some thought process behind what I do when it comes to the bombers and stuff. I look at it as, is it something that I'm going to wear? Like if it's something that I'll wear, then other people will wear it. And so I even have like a bowling shirt because I love bowling.
Oh, that's cool.
I own my own bowling balls, and me and my friend George will go bowling. I haven't been able to because of the injury, but I'm looking forward to that time where I can go back and bowl. The highest I've bowled was a 247.
You're better than me.
Which was crazy. I've never been able to get back to a 247, but it was an amazing game. I blew myself away when that happened. It was great. But I've gotten to 200 and something a couple of times, and then I usually stay in the high hundreds usually. Okay. So anything that's below 100 for me is like, was I really playing? Was I really even paying attention to what I was doing? Probably not.
Yeah. Probably if I go bowl with you, I shouldn't bet because otherwise you'll be a ringer. I got it.
I have a lot of fun. One of the things that I've always done in my whole life is I put my best foot forward. I try to be the best that I possibly can be in anything that I do. I try to be professional. I try to be loving. I try to be just somebody that people can look up to, even if it's not intentional. Any game that I play, it's like 110%. I'm going to try to be the best I possibly can be, because why not? Why do things half-hearted? Why go in and just be like, it is what it is? No, I love just putting my best foot forward and just saying, hey, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to be all in 100%. So that's how I
sound like me in cleaning.
That's how I live my life.
So. It's kind of a joke here in my home. Like I'm telling myself, if you're going to clean something, make sure to do it 100% right, because you don't want to go back and do
it. Like that's useless. It's useless to try to do stuff.
Because it's just going to get dirty again.
Yeah, I hate double work, man. It's terrible.
Yeah, say the pile was 1/4 of the way high. Now it's going to be 3/4 of the way high.
Yeah.
We kind of jumped away from it real quick, but this symbol right here, what is this?
So that is me as a warrior on the front. That's I consider myself a warrior, and then that's the Trinity. So Father, Son, Holy Spirit. That's the Trinity symbol.
Okay.
So,
cool.
3 beings, 1 God. That's what that stands for.
Very cool.
Nice.
So you definitely integrated you into your own thing. I love that.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah. Love it. It was actually, what was so cool is that when I transitioned into TCWarriorETP, I had a friend who was like, hey, I just want to create a logo for you. And that's what he did. He was like, he's a Christ follower as well, and that's what he came up with. And I was like, man, if you didn't get me spot on, like I didn't know who else did. Like you did such a good job, and I was able to, take it and kind of change it up a little bit, added some lightning to the background, changed the name from TC Warrior 2020 to TC Warrior ETP on the bottom. It looks like stone now and all those different things. So I was able to incorporate my own things as I'm learning and growing as a streamer and as a content creator. I'm able to do a little bit more. I use a lot of AI to kind of incorporate some of the things that I want, because I may not, physically know how to do it, but I have the imagination to get it done.
Right.
So when it comes to a lot of stuff where it's like, I just don't know how to code this the way that I want, or how to get this the way that I want it to be or look, I'll use AI on a couple of things. I think, you know, there's the extreme AI, and then there's like, hey, you can use it as a tool. It's just like any other tool. It's just like you pick up a hammer, just like you pick up a power tool. Like, we always look at these things in super extremes. Well, what should you do? Or should you use AI? And all these, I'm like, bro, is it a tool? Can you use it for good? Then use it. You know what I mean? Because if you don't use it, then other people are going to use it for whatever they want to use it for.
Right.
So you might as well put your hat in the game and like, hey, I'm going to use it for something that's good. Why not?
Right.
Why not?
Yeah, the more positive you can show, absolutely.
Yeah. And it's like, so that's huge, and that's in every aspect of our life. You know what I mean? That's okay. Let me be honest. There's some things that you can't throw your hat into. That's going to be okay. All right. When it comes to some type of content and things like that, there's no way that I can go and have a hot tub, you know, stream and be like,
hot tub,
hey, I'm going to use this for my good. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how that's going to work. All right. You can't
vacation time. There you go.
Yeah, but you can't mix up, you know, so there's a limit to what you can do. But when it comes to tools that you can use to kind of elevate your stream and elevate different things, like, I'm all for that. But you won't see me with a hot tub behind me doing a hot tub stream. That's not going to happen. There's no way that I can be like, hey, God's okay with this and I'm okay with this. Like, it's not going to happen. First of all, my wife's going to come in and punch me right in the face and be like, what are you doing? Are you showing?
Why is there a hot tub in my room?
Why is there a hot tub back here? What are you doing? Like, what's going on?
She'll just
not
say,
what I signed up
you're
for.
fired.
Not what I signed up for. So
I know I tease you on your stream all the time about sleep streams, and you're like, no.
Yeah. I mean, there was one time, dude, during my first subathon when we celebrated 5 years of streaming, that I almost like put my chair back, put my head or my legs up on my table that's beside me, and crashed out on stream. It almost happened. And I'm not opposed to it, but it's like, I just don't want to fall asleep on stream. You know, I'd rather be in my bed and hanging out there than in a chair that's not comfortable, knowing I have to get up, you know, 4 hours later or 6 hours later and start streaming all over again. First subathon went really, really good. I was super excited about that. People came out, they blessed the stream, they blessed the work, which was awesome, and blessed my family. You know, I'm able to get something for my wife now, and at the time I wasn't able to. And you know, it wasn't like the subathon wasn't for that. It was for the celebration of like, hey, I got to 5 years. This is my first time ever doing a subathon, and in it I incorporated giving back to the community. So if I, for the first I think 20 gifted, I gave a sub back. So I gave 5 sub backs, and then if somebody donated $10, I also gave a sub back. So, and that's something moving forward that's what I'm going to do. I'm coining it give-a-thon, where if you give to me, I give back to the community, because that's important to me. It's like I know that people are here and they support me and they lurk and they encourage me and stuff like that, but it's important for me to give back to the community and let them know, like, hey, your money's not wasted on me. Like, I am investing in the stream, I'm investing in my family, but also I'm investing in you. So it's a huge part of what I do. I love to give, even when sometimes I don't have the money to give. I have the heart of a giver. I love to give to people, and being able to incorporate something like a subathon and give back to the community is huge for me.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, yeah, sorry.
Speaking of, I'm using the camera that this man Ed let me borrow, by the way, because my camera wasn't working. Because I didn't have a camera at the time. My camera got stolen from the business that I was running. So I had it up there and I was doing a stream, and I don't know where it went. It just disappeared. And I was like, well, I don't have a camera. So I was using my phone for a while, and he came and brought it to my house, and I'm able to use it and go live and be behind the camera because of this man's heart right here to support the channel. So thank you so much.
I noticed you were on here, and there was a few days going by, and I was okay. I'm like, what's going on? You said I don't have a camera. I said, hold that thought.
Yeah, basically, he texted me on Discord. It was like, what's your address? I was like, oh yeah, well, here it is. I've known Ed for years, and I'm like, he's not gonna do anything crazy like dox me or anything. You guys and doxing, your guys are so funny. Anyway,
yeah.
But you know, it was, I knew his heart behind what he was doing, and he's been here for a long time supporting the stream, and I think he's been following me for at least 2 years, at least, more like I think 3 or something like that. He's been following me for a while.
In streamer years, that's an eternity as well.
That's a long time.
It'll pop up.
Streamlabs will bring it. There we go. 2 years, 2 months.
There it
29
is.
days. Like, that's, you know, think of that in dog years and cat years. That's massive. So for somebody to be a part of your stream and like be in the community, even though they may go off and they watch other people, they come back, and you know, there's always somebody you can count on that's like, hey, I'm going to be here and I'm going to hang out with you because I love your content. I love what you're doing. And that's amazing to me. The fact that people would even consider that, you know, watching me, this homeschool kid that was homeschooled from the age of 5 all the way up to, you know, teenage years, graduated homeschool. The fact that I'm even behind a camera right now doing what I'm doing is beyond me, you know. There's always somebody that's more qualified. There's always somebody that makes better content and all those different things. There's always somebody out there that somebody else can watch, and I get that. So I'm grateful for every single person that comes into the stream, that lurks, that hangs out, that gives, all those different things. I'm grateful because I know amongst the, well, now it's millions of streamers that you could be watching. You decide to click on my channel and hang out with me for an hour, for 10 hours, you know, and I've had people that have watched for 10 hours straight. And it's like, dude, you know, like that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. I did a 24-hour stream, and literally one kid, and this was years ago, stayed in the stream from the time that I started to the time that I finished.
Oh, wow.
It was my first 24-hour stream. And he's like, I'm going to be here until you get off. And I was just like, well, I appreciate it because I need, all these other people are sleeping right now, and I need somehow to stay up. And he would, every so often, he'd chime in, be like, hey, I'm still here, TC. And I'm like, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
That's
so
awesome.
that touched my heart, you know, because it's like,
that's cool.
You could be doing anything else right now, but yet you're hanging out with me in the podcast. You're, you know, being a part of this community in ways that honestly I couldn't even imagine. So I'm grateful for everybody that tunes in, for sure.
Absolutely.
Sure. So I have a question, because I ventured into streaming once upon a time.
Okay.
I mean, on my channel, like, I mean, I didn't get much traction, but I played games, and I kind of went the same route. But I realized, you know, I was like, okay, all right, really, streaming isn't for me, because I probably need time to get away. Where like here with Unfiltered, it's like, okay, all right, I can spend a few hours on Sunday. We bring in somebody really cool that we really like, and we visit with them. It's just a hang.
Yeah.
But as far as like the platforms itself, like maybe the streaming world going forward, what are some like challenges that you see? What are some things that you would like to do, or you'd like to see to kind of adapt to maybe you know, better? I mean, you're already in tune with your community, but how can it be more of like, it's like, okay, all right, you know, this is what my community's looking at, and then this is how things are changing. How can you guys maneuver through all the changes together?
So it's one of those things, man. As AI is exploding right now, and it's huge. It's huge. Everybody's using it. It's you know, it's become part of daily life now. Where, you know, I personally, I don't ask ChatGPT, you know, what I smell like today. I know that other people do. It's not something that I do, okay? But I have a AI on my channel. His name is Dennis, and I use him to talk to people sometimes. I'll ask him a question, and he'll answer, and I'll say, hey, what do you think about Cubicle today, Dennis? What do you think about him? And so right now he's been weird, but
okay.
Yeah. Right now he's being weird. He's like, I don't really know who Keeble is, but anyways,
Gotcha.
Usually he'll answer, and he'll say something awesome about somebody that has come in and rated, or somebody that hasn't been in the channel for a long time, I'll be like, hey, this guy just showed up. What do you think about it? And he'll be super excited about it and all these different things. And it's just something that I've implemented, which I want to implement a little bit more because I'm able to customize him in a specific way that really fits my needs for what I want for the channel, because I hold to a certain standard. But again, going to a second PC setup, making sure that the streams are locked in, nice and tight, being professional. I love being professional when I'm, doing streams and stuff like that. All of my layouts and overlays, I want them to look nice and, presentable, you know what I mean? Because whether you know it or not, it is technically entertainment. Like we're part of the entertainment industry. So I do want professionalism when it comes to my streams. Even though I may not have the greatest clips out there, and sometimes I do, sometimes I get absolutely cooked. It is what it is. You never know what you're going to get when you're on TC streaming. One thing that you can always count on is that TC's going to talk about the Lord. You can count on that. But is he going to get those crazy clips? Probably not. Is he going to get clipped? Probably so. It might happen, and people love that. They enjoy that. Hey, he could be really good sometimes, or he could be really, really bad and be on the same level as everybody else. I consider myself a jack of all games, but the master of none. I play a lot of different games. I play a lot of different ranked games and stuff like that. But you have to be willing to grow, but not lose yourself. Right. That's one thing that I have to be willing to grow. I have to be willing to change and go to different things. Like one of the things that touched my heart heavily was I went to a Reach conference, it's a Christian streamer con. Okay, it happened in November, so last month. Okay, and there was over 400 of us there. Wow. Okay, I was known but unknown to a lot of different people. I've been around, but I just started going heavy for the past 4 months. It's been huge. So I think last 3 months we almost reached 400 followers in the last 3 months, which was crazy, huge growth. But it's because of my consistency and really just saying, all right, I'm all in on this. I'm going to hit the like button even when I don't feel like hitting the like button. I'm hitting the like button because they want consistency. I want consistency, but more importantly, God wants consistency. And what he put on my heart. So that's huge for me to be consistent. So I have, and I've watched the channel grow because of that consistency. When I went to Reach and I'm getting to know all these other Christian streamers I've never even I've seen some, I've known some, I've went past some. I've watched the Christian streamer scene grow significantly, which is huge. Some of them get more views than me, others have more followers than me, and I'm like, that's great. I just like to see people grow. It doesn't matter who's doing what. Like in my mind, as we are Christ followers and Christian streamers, we're all part of one body. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all what I'm trying to say, but we're all part of one body. So when I see somebody's success, I should rejoice with that person's success, not get mad or frustrated because, oh well, why aren't all those people watching me instead of watching them? Who cares about that, right? If I can help somebody else grow and have success, guess what? My heart towards them, that's a good thing. That's something that can be mended. That's something that can be molded. That's something that can be used to reach other people. Because what you give with the heart that you give it, that's what you're going to get in return. It's like sowing a seed. If you sow a apple tree seed, you expect apples, right? Right. If you don't get apples from your tree, then you sow the wrong seed. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you want to invest in others that you want them to invest back in you? It goes back to that doing unto others what you want them to do unto you. It's like having that mindset. This is not about me. It's about the growth. It's about reaching people. It's about being a part of people's lives. Whether I have 20 people or one person or 100 people or 1,000 people watching me, it's about literally being a part of somebody else's life and helping them overcome obstacles and situations that they maybe be in, right? And I may not be everybody's streamer, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay if I raid out to somebody and somebody connects with that person that I raid out to. More power to them. Like, that is great. You found that person that you can truly connect to. I hope you come back and say hi to me every so often. But listen, if I'm not your streamer anymore, I'm not your streamer anymore, and I've got to be okay with that. I can't be afraid to raid out on other people. What's up, Jamie? Good to see you, my friend. I can't be afraid to raid out on other people just because I'm like, well, if they like them more, then I lose a follower now, or I lose a viewer. I can't be like that. That to me is selfish. And like and it's arrogance really, because you think you're the end all, and I'm not the end all. And I know that, I know that not everybody that's going to come into my stream is going to connect with me, and that's okay. That's okay. But I pray to God that somebody that I rate out to, that they connect with that person, and then they build a relationship with that person. And then guess what? They have somebody that can really speak into their lives, that can help them grow, right? And then I know that because I did that, because I planted that seed and it's going to grow, that somebody's going to plant a seed in my life and it's going to grow, right? And it's like this thing that's a back and forward, tit for tat. It's really good to be able to do that and have a humble heart and say, hey, it's not about me. And I mean, I live my life like that. Honestly, I've gotten to this point where it's just like, I'm going to be who I am, and that's okay. And if people don't vibe with it, I love them anyways. Some people you have to love from a distance. You know what I mean? Right. Some people you have to put the stiff arm on and like, hey, I love you, but can't be that close to you. You know what I mean? Like it's just, it is what it is. But you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that, because I like seeing people grow. I love it. I like seeing people have success. It's a part of who I am. So if I can implement anything at all in my stream, or help somebody else with their stream grow, then that's what I'm going to do, because I love that. I love that. It's who I am. It's who I am.
Tyler and I often Tyler and I often have those conversations about our stream, and we realize that we don't even really care, but our numbers are what they are. We're 18 episodes in, and the fact that we've made it to 18 episodes is more important to me and him than it is how many followers do we have.
Yep, exactly.
And we're just going to keep doing this, and look at each other in the face every Sunday, making silly faces, going bleh, and just have fun with it.
Exactly. There was a time in my life where I didn't have anybody in the chat. I'm sitting there talking to myself, having a blast with myself, because I know that nobody that I can see zero on that number. That's a zero. Nobody's watching me, but I'm gonna act like there's 100 people in here, no matter if there isn't or not. And it's one of those things, as y'all are doing what y'all are doing, you're sharing your heart, you're sharing your passion with other people, and eventually somebody's gonna grab a hold of that and be like, hey, these guys are cool, man. Have you heard about these guys, Unfiltered? Like, these guys are insane, dude. You should check these guys out. That's how it happens. Once you find that connection with that one person, it takes one person that connects with you and says, I really like what these guys are doing, I'm going to share it with somebody else. And then that person shares it with somebody else. See, it's not about all these, we get caught up in this advertising. I've got to post videos here, there, and the other. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I post videos in other platforms? Yes, absolutely. But it's not something I do a ridiculous amount, because it's not about me trying to grow my stream. It's about me staying passionate about what I'm doing and not getting overwhelmed and overworked and all these different things. But when it comes to my stream anyways, it's just like, this is just who I am. Like, I love doing it. But that's besides the point. I do it with a cheerful heart. But it's not about being this, I'm going to hit this viral button and then everything's going to be crazy and everything's going to blow up and you're going to have these millions of people watching. That's few and far in between, okay? Few and far in between. And even the people that have those viral videos and they blow up, even then they still have issues with some of their videos staying viral. So if you're chasing numbers are good, because it's something that you can look at, it's something that you can grow off of, right? Maybe you go back and watch, like, okay, what can we do different here? Maybe change some things up. That stuff is good because you're analyzing yourself, right? That's a good thing, to analyze and to change and to rearrange some things so that you can grow. But if you're looking at the numbers on a constant basis, saying, okay, well, I've got 3 people in my stream right now, when I had 22 people in my stream the other day, you're going to constantly be battling yourself saying, is it even worth it? Like, is this even worth what I am doing, this time, this effort that I'm putting in? And you're going to give up on a dream that you have, or in my case, this call, this passion that God has put in my life to do, just because the numbers don't line up with what I believe they should line up with.
Right.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And then what are you doing? You're literally taking away from somebody that has invested time in you, that maybe comes back, that one person that watches watches you guys podcast every time. They're consistent on it on a daily, right? Like, every time you go live, they're there. You're taking away from that person because you didn't have the 100 people that you wanted that day.
Right.
And then you're robbing away from people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because especially if you're like people are looking up to you, you're robbing away from them. And I don't want to rob people from what God's put in my heart. And I know that y'all don't want to rob people. So it's like, well, you just keep going. You keep doing it. You hit the live button, you hit the record button, you post a video. You know, I'm starting to post a little bit more, but my TikToks are a little bit different. I'm not usually posting like gaming stuff. Usually when it comes to gaming stuff, I'll post that on my YouTube shorts and stuff like that. But TikTok's a very different type of vibe for me personally when I'm doing it. I go live on TikTok and I play games on TikTok, but mostly when I'm posting a video, they're short form, me talking directly to the camera, just sharing something that's been on my heart, right? And I'll share it and I'll post it. And then if I get 2 views, great. If I get 200 views, great. If I get more than that, fantastic. You know, but it's like I'm going to be obedient in what I believe that God has put on my heart to share. And if one person grabs a hold of that and is like able to really change their life because of it, then hey, that's important. That means I reached one more person that I wouldn't have if I didn't post that video.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's important to me. That one more person truly needed to hear that. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Absolutely.
I think really networking really plays a part too, because
it does.
You know, I feel like, you know, what was it, a couple weeks ago? Well, it was a week ago already that we were on the Corn Fed podcast with Dalton Pruitt, and he's a comedian. Nice. He went to, you know, Skate Fest, you know, a few years back. Ooh, bless you.
He's so tight.
You know, but we got to know him through Sweeze, and then through Sweeze we got to know Dave, and Dave is a very interesting guy. Very interesting guy. Like, I think we went 3 hours with Dave.
Nice.
And then we also had like a bunch of, you know, independent pro wrestlers. And then, goodness gracious, along with you, I think we have some sports personalities coming down the line as well. Nice. So it's really not what you know. It's about like who you know and who's willing to come in and spend a few hours with you on a Sunday. So
absolutely. You know, a lot of the things that I've learned since I went to Reach was, number one, I talked to a lot of different people. I felt like I was talking to somebody on the hour every hour. I had multiple people I was just talking to and just sharing my heart with. And that was huge for me. And because of that, I did gain a lot of followers and also followed them. And they've come in, they've shared their community with me. We've also did co-streams and stuff like that. So we're collabing. I'm collabing a lot more than what I was doing before Reach, just after what has happened at Reach, you know. And so collabing with people, getting to know people, like you're saying, networking is huge. It just, for me, it's kind of different in the way that I approach it, you know. Maybe I just think of myself as sometimes not worthy to stream with set person or this person or that person, because I can be very hard on myself a lot of times. My wife could tell me that I'm my worst enemy. My dad has also told me that, hey, you're your worst enemy, because I can get down on myself pretty hard, and I've learned how to get out of that. But being able to stream and collab with all these different people has really touched my heart and has helped me to grow as a streamer. And because I play specific games, but when it comes to other people, they play a plethora of different games that I've never even played before. I may even own that game, but it's nothing I played on stream. But because of the way that I am, I'm like, hey, I'll play that game with you. We may not want to play Battlefield. We may not want to play Marvel Rivals or something like that, but I'll play Chain Together. I'll play Peak. Like, I just played Peak not too long ago.
Okay.
And that was an experience for me because I never played the game before, you know. So that was a wild type of thing to do on stream for me. And it gets me out of my comfort zone, which is a good thing. It's good to be out of that. Okay, this is what I do. This is what I play because I'm comfortable here. And it also brings other people into the stream too that may or may not watch Battlefield all the time, may or may not watch Marvel Rivals all the time, but they'll dabble in and peek, and then come back and see like, hey, he's playing Rivals. Let me see how he plays. Let me talk to him. I remember he was playing Peak with a couple other people. Got to get TC to play Phasmophobia. Not happening, bro. I'm not playing Phasmophobia. I don't like. No, hear me out. Hear me out. I don't like scaring myself for no reason. Okay, it's one of those things that's like, I don't go watch scary movies, so I don't play horror games because it's like, why scare myself on purpose? First of all, I'm going to spend $30 to get this game, right? I don't even know how much it costs. $30 to get this game to scare myself on purpose on stream. No, I'm not. It's like I have no taste for it. You know what I mean? It's just not who I am. It's like I don't want to sit in front of people and yell, knowing that I wasted money on this game that I'm not gonna play outside of like playing with somebody else. You know, at least Peak, I know I'll play with multiple people. Phasmophobia, no, because once I play it once, I'm not playing. I can promise you, I'm not playing it again. Once that demon comes around the corner, I'm like, I'm good.
The power of Christ compels you.
Listen, I will Alt F4 that thing as fast as I turned it on. Okay, like to me, it's just like it's not worth it. It's not worth it. When I can have fun doing things that like other people enjoy, you know, that to me, that game is just like it's not me. It's not me. I'm good. No. There's some things I just won't play on stream, and that's just one of them. I won't even play it off stream.
One of the things I wanted to get you and Zacchaeus to do again was play RV There Yet. I enjoyed that with you guys.
Dude, RV There Yet was hilarious, and that like again, that's one of those games that I don't typically play, but I got a free copy from what was it, Keymeller, and I told them that I would put out content for it, so I wound up putting out content for it. Zacchaeus owned it, and I seen that he had already put content out for it, so I was like, hey, dude, let's do a collab. RV There Yet? And dude, we had a blast. We had a blast. I jumped. See, if I jump on at the snake in RV There Yet? Imagine me jumping at Phasmophobia. Okay, like imagine that. All right.
Yeah. Oh, the bear.
I seen a snake in RV There Yet, and literally jump scared at the snake in RV There Yet. It doesn't even look real. Okay, it just it was in the house, and it just jumped out at me. I was like, I didn't even know there were snakes in the game. I hate snakes.
Lord.
You know, like
that's
I hate
funny.
snakes. So it's like for me, and I'll play that game because it's a lot of fun to get in there and you're having a bunch of laughs. And I did put out a decent amount of content for that one. It was great. I think we streamed for hours and hours in that game, man, and hardly got anywhere. But dude, we had a blast doing it. I walked in the bathroom. Zacchaeus was in the restroom in the RV. I didn't know there was even a restroom in the RV, and he's sitting there and he's changing his guy's stuff. This guy's sitting on the toilet, and I just bust out laughing. And he goes, "Excuse me," and I just lose it, bro. I lose it. I'm laughing so hard, I'm almost falling out of my chair because it just was unexpected, but it was hilarious. It was hilarious, and you know, so stuff like that, that's fun, that's enjoyable, and I can.
Tyler, I wish you would have been there the one that I played with them. We kept trying to do this one stage over and over and over again. We finally get this thing lifted up, the RV, and we're fixing it, and then we all get into the RV and we're trying to go down this big wooden ramp.
Oh my goodness!
So we start heading down there. I think Izzy's driving. He's he literally drives off the ramp sideways.
Literally off the ramp.
Where are you going?
I got probably maybe 10 feet on that ramp, dude, and we were gone. I was like, oh well, that's not how that's supposed to go. And it was hilarious though. It was funny, you know, because that's unexpected. Because I think I was like very confident in the driving on the ramp, and then that happened right after me saying like, I got this, don't worry about it, or something like that.
Yeah, you said I got this.
Right off
like, no, you don't.
Immediately.
Oh, that's what you call highway to the danger zone, man.
Yeah, for real.
And they were like, well, maybe we need to, what was it, the winch? Maybe we need to throw the winch up. I'm like, there's no way you're going to get that RV out there. You're stuck.
Yeah, we had to start all over again, you know, and give it a retry. And then Zacchaeus went for it, and I think he did a little bit better, but we still didn't make it. You know, so, but games like that, stuff like that, getting into a community with people and having that camaraderie. English be hard sometimes, language.
Camaraderie,
yes, is great. I love playing with people, and I've adopted this open lobbies policy. You know how you have the open door policy when you're running a business and people can come in and talk to you. That's kind of like how I've adopted my streams now, is where it's like I have an open lobby. If you want to come in, you see me on, You want to hang out? Come in, hang out, play with me. Like I want to get to know you just as much as you want to get to know me. Like so, let's do it. Let's have fun together and just make this massive family on Twitch. That's it's kind of like a rarity because typically when you're on Twitch and you're a streamer, you shut your doors to people because you want specific people in your stream. And I hold to a set standard, of course. People know, like, hey, I don't allow cussing in my streams and stuff like that. So I expect them to abide by those rules because, I'm a Christian streamer and a family-friendly streamer as well. I have all ages that watch me, all ages, from 60 to 10. All ages watch me. So I want them to be respectful of that. But it's like, dude, come in, hang out. Let's play some Fortnite. Let's play some Battlefield. Let's play RV There We At. Let's play Peak. Like, like all these games that we can play together. And that's why I kind of shy away from single player games because it kind of limits what I can do when you're trying to reach people and, play with people. So.
Right. Yeah. And I think what's good as well is like it casts kind of a wide net.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, like, okay, all right. It's like if I have a kid, it's like, okay, all right. Yeah, you could watch like Tim the Tap Man or whoever. But then again, this is somebody that you can get away with like TCWarriorETP is somebody you can get away with watching while grandma's in the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that one channel on YouTube, it's like family. I think they're called Family Gaming or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's the mother, father, and their 2 kids, and they play these games together. It's exactly just like that.
Yeah, it's like you want to, even at my age, it's like I don't want to put myself in a box on who watches me. Like I can get along with. My wife says I can get along with everybody. She's like, it doesn't matter who you talk to, y'all become instant friends. And I'm like, I don't see that. I don't know where you get that from. And she's like, it's literally written all over your face when you're talking to people. It's like they instantly adopt you as brother. And I'm like, I don't know why. It's just, I guess it's because I don't have a mask. I don't put on a mask when I talk to people. And it doesn't matter who you are. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what color skin you you have. It doesn't matter what side of the tracks you're on. It doesn't matter if you have any type of mental disease or anything like that. I'm going to treat you as a person. I'm going to treat you as somebody that matters because you do matter. You matter to me. You matter to God. So you definitely matter to me if you matter to him first. And that's how I treat people, no matter what they look like. I don't care. I'll talk to you. I'll hang out with you. I'll play games with you. It don't matter. I don't care. I mean, even if I can't understand you, I'll try my hardest to understand you and play games with you. But there may be some call-outs I just don't understand and I don't comprehend, but doesn't make them less of a person because I can't understand their speech, and how they talk. I just love people. I really do. I have a genuine heart to just reach out as much as I possibly can to see the good in people. No matter what they've dealt with, no matter what situation they've gone through, the frustrations maybe they've had in their life. I've been there. I've had frustrations. I've dealt with things in my life. I'm not perfect. I'm just striving to be perfect. I'm striving to be like the one that created me. And that to me is huge. And that's the message that I'm trying to get out there to others. Like, hey, you were created. You may not believe that. You may not understand that or comprehend that, but nobody goes to a printer's press and says, hey, this thing printed itself. There was somebody that was there that did the printing. It just makes sense, right? Logically makes sense. But we were all created for a purpose. We were all created with a plan. And there's somebody that doesn't like us that wants to hijack that and doesn't want you to experience that purpose and experience that plan and experience that true love that's only found in one. And I that's the message that I share, and some people vibe with that, other people's don't, and I'm okay with it because I'm gonna love them anyways, and I'm gonna pray for them anyways. If you come into the stream, I'm gonna pray for you anyways. I'm gonna love you anyways. You may not come back ever again, but my prayer is that you find somebody that has said the same things that I said and connect. And like, what? Maybe TC was right way back then, 2 years ago when. He said something and it really didn't vibe with me there because it gave me a heart check. And a lot of times there's a heart check that people don't want to get with. It's the heart check, the heart issue, because it causes people to change or say, hey, I need to change. There's something in me that's not right. And that's the message that I bring on Twitch. That's the message that I bring on TikTok. Is that I've been there. I've done that. I'm not somebody that didn't stumble, didn't fall, didn't, literally throw myself into a brick wall. Because sometimes we do that. We throw ourselves into a big brick wall and we have to deal with things that, we set up ourselves. But it's like, you don't have to be this perfect person to come to the Savior. You don't have to, because he wants to meet you right where you are. And that's the message that I share. And that's the message that I will continue to share when I'm live.
You bet. And I feel like, there is a quote by, I think, Vince Lombardi of all people. And I'm a sports person, so I'm...
Okay.
I believe the quote is, when you strive for excellence, you achieve excellence. Yeah. You don't have to be perfect, but if you can reach excellence, you're going places.
Amen. Yeah, I agree with that. See my brother, good to see you. What's up, DLM? Where you been at, dude? You ain't been in here in a minute. See, people like that. He's been following me for I don't know how long, and I haven't seen that name in quite some time.
Oh,
good to see you, DL. Welcome in.
See, to the viewers out there, the streamer does remember who you are. So
yeah, 3 years. See, 3 years, 11 months. I was like, that's a name that I hadn't seen in a long time. I knew you'd been following me for a while.
That's awesome.
Well, it's good to see you in chat, my friend. That's crazy. But that's stuff like that. That genuinely excites me when I see somebody I hadn't seen in years come in and like, hey, what's up? This may be the last time he comes in for another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 months, right? Mm-hmm. But I still remember that name. I love that. Thank you so much. I miss you, brother. It's good to see you. Definitely good to see you. But that stuff like that genuinely excites my heart when I see that. Like, man, I know that I took off, I got off stream and I had to deal with a couple of things. But the fact that people, when they see me live and they've been a part of what's happened here, they come back and they say hi. Just to say hi means a lot to me. It really does. So, and if they stick around, it's like we're building a community again. We're not starting where we left off, but like building even stronger than what we were, because I'm not going anywhere now. Now I'm all in. I'm not going anywhere. So you can take that to the bank, DL. I'm not going anywhere.
So we're stuck with you. We're okay with that.
You're stuck with me now. But it makes me excited, man, to just be able to do this and to talk to you guys and be a part of this podcast. I didn't know how this was going to go. I didn't pre-plan anything. I just was hey, and I know y'all didn't either. This is the second podcast I've been on in the past week.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
I was on.
Wow.
I was on the Church Digital podcast, and then I was on y'all's podcast. So
okay.
That for me is new. Been interviewed and stuff like that. It's not something that I am just accustomed to. Okay, I'm the guy that's usually in the background. Ask people at church. I was the guy in the background. I didn't want to be seen. If somebody said my name on stage, I'd come out real shy and be like,
just give the parade wave, right?
Yeah. Like, hi, yeah, that's me. I'm Israel. And so even being behind a camera, it was like, Lord, you took this twerp, this homeschool guy, this didn't even know how to do nothing with the PC, and now I've learned all these different things, and you turned him into a streamer. Like, how in the world? Like, not in a million years, no matter how much I told my mom and dad that I was going to be working in games and working in the church. That's what I told my mom and dad when I was 5 years old. When I got through playing Mario Brothers for the first time, I went to the living room and that's what I told them. And guess what I'm doing? This is
self-fulfilled,
the life that I get to live. You know what I mean? And but I didn't know. I was shy. I was a shy guy. Even though you'd ask people, me growing up, oh, he's the coolest black guy I've ever met. And I'm like, I don't even know where y'all get that from. I don't even know how y'all see that. But I guess I'll take the title, I guess, and it's right. One of those things. I didn't know where it came from. I've always just been me, period. No matter what, whether when I was living wasn't living for the Lord and when I started living for the Lord, one thing that I recognized is that he gave me this personality, and he didn't want to take my personality and then make something new. He wanted to take the personality that he gave me from birth and utilize it for good. That's what he wanted to do. And a lot of times we get that crossed and mixed up, like, oh, well, I have to lose the personality. I have to lose the way I talk or the way I communicate. No, God just comes in and makes that better, which is really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, you wouldn't have liked me before this. You wouldn't have liked me because I wasn't a guy that was somebody that you could like, because I was frustrated and angry with the world, and I dealt with a lot of things growing up that caused me to be angry and frustrated at the world. Some things that I couldn't even understand until I got older and my heart got mended. Then I was able to look back and be like, man, you know, there were some things that Juji, oh my goodness, see Juji, bro, do you even stream anymore? Where you been? like, bro, they're coming out of the woodworks, bro.
Oh, that's awesome.
Today's the day.
It's amazing. Yeah. Today's the day.
Welcome back, Theo. Yeah, that's crazy. And he got a sub from the subathon.
Oh, like, amazing.
Dude, nice.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so that's awesome. Like Juji, me and Juji used to hang out and play games all the time. I used to watch him all the time, man. That was a lot of fun. He was doing things that I was like, I don't even know how you do that. He had it set up to where you could turn off his PC if you did a certain if you paid for a certain amount of points in his channel. You could turn off his PC and like reset it. So he had a 2-stream setup, and you could reset his PC in mid-game, by the way, and then have to hurry up and get back in. And he was just doing some stuff that was just wild, but really like shocked me. Like, man, this kid, I mean, at the time I think it was like 20. He was young, compared to my age. But anyways, dude, the stuff that he was doing, incredible. I'm like, dude, how do you even do that? He's like, well, I set up this program. And I'm like, dude, I don't even know what you said. That's a foreign language to me, like straight up outrageous that you had the coding mindset to even do that. I still don't know how he does it. I still don't know. But anyways, love you, Juji. It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. But yeah,
when it comes to Tyler and I, you know, his is okay. I say your background is in journaling.
Journalism. Yeah,
journalism. Sorry. And so when it comes to doing these things and being on here every week and stuff, he's really good at asking these questions that, you know, try to help open up an individual and get down to. Meanwhile, I'm over here sitting there going, okay, what can I? Yeah, it's not my background, but I can talk to people and I can sit there and get their input. But I sit kind of in a good, healthy awe of him,
right? Watching
him, you know, handle his business and get this thing going. Because I've been sitting here listening to you, and I'm going, I'm just going to let him go because he knows what he's doing. Talking about you,
you know.
Oh, you guys are so humble, you know. But whatever.
Y'all work hand in hand. You really do. Like, you bring a certain, you know, thing to it as well. I truly believe, like, in his mind, like, he couldn't do it without you. You are one person that he can grab a hold to. Like, hey, if I'm going to do it with anybody, it's going to be Ed. You know what I mean? Like, we've got that connection, and he really does commend what I'm doing. So it's important that you see yourself like that too, Ed. Like, you're not just one that's sitting in a chair just like, oh, well, I'm just in the background. Like, no, you are commending what he is doing. You're working in tandem together to make this thing happen. So don't sell yourself short. Don't be like I was selling myself short. Like, I'm out of that now. I'm getting better at just really, truly saying, hey, you know what? God called me to do this for a reason. So I'm all in. I'm going to hit that live button and I'm going to give it to him and just see where the stream goes. Absolutely. And that for the past 3-4 months has been the most satisfying thing in my life, as I just watch people come in and hang out, and the viewer count has just gone up and up and up. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how it's going, but it's going. And God has put something on my heart for the new year, into the new year, and we're going to reach that goal. And I'm excited about it. And it's going to bring glory to him. I'm just the guy that's the mouthpiece, you know, willing to hit that live button and say, all right, Lord, let's go. Me and you together. Let's do this. And it does help that my wife is right behind me. You know, she is a big supporter of what I do and how I do it. And she, you know, has had her mind on a couple of different things too. And to watch her stand behind me no matter what has been truly a testament to her heart towards me. And that is amazing to have that. It really is. But yeah, I'm going to continue to go. I'm not going to stop, not going to quit, not going to back down. I know that my views don't always align with everybody's views. And like I said, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
It's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we can play, we can hang out, we can enjoy. But just know, like, I stand with one view, and that view is the most important view to me ever. So,
absolutely. I remember Tyler came to me one day of how many months has it been? You know, probably middle of the summer.
Yeah.
And he goes, I want to do a podcast. And I said, oh, really? And then he started to talk to me about that he had planned on doing it with someone else, and you know that it wasn't necessarily getting started off that time. I said, well, if you ever need me, I said, yeah, go ahead. And while he calls me one day, he says, well, we're going to start this Sunday. I said, what? So I'm like, oh, we're going on for the first time. Here we go.
Yep. And that's how it goes.
Yeah, it is too. Yeah. It's just like, oh, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it now. Here we go.
Jump in both feet.
It's like, all right. Well, this is what we're doing now. And that sometimes it takes that just leap of faith to just be like, yep, all right. I have a passion for this. This is what I'm doing. Let's jump in.
So I think a really fun question to ask is, and it aligns with kind of, you know, you talked about this before the stream, which was ASMR Bible. But yeah. I want to ask, you know, what's your favorite Bible verse from? I mean, there's so many good ones out there.
Dude, there's I like all 66 books and everything that's written down, but I go back to a couple of them. I used to deal with a lot of fear and anxiety when I was growing up, and Philippians 4:6-9 is my cornerstone to go to, because not only does it tell you don't be anxious for anything, but it also gives you instructions on what to put your mind on in order not to be anxious and not to be depressed and not to go and have that mindset, you know, of like, woe is me, or I'm down and out, or have that dark cloud on you. It helps you get out of that. But so I always go back to Philippians 4:6-9, because that's important to me. And I encourage people that come in that maybe deal with anxiety and depression, or just sitting in a dark cloud, you know, their thoughts are just constantly attacking them. I lead them towards that, whether you're a believer or not believer. It's something that you can grab a hold to and really like build a foundation on, and that helps you get out of that mindset. So that's like it's huge for me. It's huge for me.
I'll tell you mine. So my grandmother abides by Psalm 91.
Okay.
And it's kind of, and it's a nice little, like, kind of a nice, like, I'm going to give you good vibes of the day. This is how, like, so like grandma prays Psalm 91 every morning. Awesome. And it just gives good vibes all throughout the day and in each and every day. Even when you're having a tough day, it's like, okay, grandma's still praying for me. So at least I got her, you know.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, praying grandmas, love praying grandmas.
That's right.
My grandma prayed for me, and that's why she is part of the reason why I am the way I am today, because she didn't stop praying for me, and she didn't give up on me. So thank you, Grandma. Appreciate you.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I don't have a favorite passage because I don't necessarily go that direction. So I apologize for that.
You don't have to apologize. You don't have to apologize, man.
No, I know. I just can't follow suit, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're good.
But to reinforce, disclaimer, we are here every Sunday, and we actually have pretty much behaved ourselves today, language-wise.
Yeah.
But it's not that we go nuts and silly. You know, you just actually squeeze out a S and F word here and there, and that's, you know, it's, again, for our personalities, we're good people. We obviously we take care of each other, and then we try to take care of our guests.
Yeah.
But we're just human. Nobody's perfect.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I let them know when they tuned in. Like, hey, I
Yeah,
don't know how this is
choice
gonna
words.
It's like,
go.
hey.
They may use some choice words, but this is their podcast. I'm a guest on, so it's like it is what it is. What I wanted to do was, just remain me, remain the same. No matter what language came out or anything like that. I didn't want to change the way that I responded to you guys. I just wanted to, hey, you invited me on. I'm going to show you some love, show you some grace, show you some mercy and stuff like that. And just be like, not necessarily in the moment, but hey, however this goes is how it's going to go. And I'm going to honor God with my portion of it and then let everything else just roll.
We'll take care of our side, and we'll meet up in the middle. We've loved having you on here. It's just been so nice having a good conversation and listening to somebody who wants to spread the love and the word of God. And that again, maybe that's not the way I follow, but I believe in you. And so when I
appreciate
I hear the way you interact with people and the way you have approached me in the past, dealing with my son and things like that, and the way you talk about how you were there looking out for those children in that environment, I'm going, no, this is a good man, and this is somebody the world deserves to know, in my opinion.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
yes.
I appreciate that.
You gonna say, Tyler? I thought you were. Maybe.
I mean, I was gonna say I think inspirational is probably a good one word to describe you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, we definitely love to have you back. I'm sure Ed will talk with you.
Of course.
Yeah, Ed will talk with you. He'll pop on stream. But I think the biggest thing, and the reason why I chose like a Sunday of all days, is usually like there's podcasts, like there's always so many podcasts on every Saturday night. I mean, Corn Fed included. In Corn Fed, we had the most interesting conversations. Probably something that I probably shouldn't be repeating on this specific episode. But, but they were very interesting topics, and then we kind of reacted from that podcast the next day. But I think regardless of kind of the topics of discussion, we all kind of came out being like, hey, these are interesting people. Like, they're different, but they're interesting, and you want to kind of get to know them a little bit. And I think out of all of it, like, we gained friends out of it as well. Yeah. Even when we had an issue, we were trying to bring in a YouTuber / streamer. And he's a little, he has some notoriety to him. He had some issues, and he had he actually got banned from Kick for a couple days, for at least 3 days. And to be banned from Kick, you got to do something egregious.
You got to do something crazy. Like, Kick is the most lenient, I think, out of all of the streaming platforms. I think Kick is super lenient, so he had to do something outrageous on stream, which is crazy.
Right.
Unfortunately, he got involved with some. Is it okay to say it, Tyler?
He got involved with some substances. Yeah. So
and then he took his clothes off on stream, and I'm like, oops.
Ended up in the hospital. Yeah. Ended up in the hospital, and it was rough.
That'll do it. Yeah, Keeble, you're right.
And
that'll do it.
And we were. It was because we were going to pre-record this stream. Like, we were going to pre-record it, and I was waiting. And then we were like, oh crud. Like, it's an hour and a half before the show. And he says, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Like, I'll get back to you, can we reschedule? And I was like, yeah, sure. That's no problem. So Rick comes in, and Rick's a good friend of the show. He popped in, and then Drew, yes, we're here for laughs only. And we're here for laughs only. So thanks, Drew. I appreciate you, man. But so Rick came in, and I was trying to promote him. And I did it on Monday, and we find out we find out through a guy that was he was a former producer for It's a Gundam and a former director. Well, I think it's the other way around, but he was involved with Drama Alert and it's a Gundam. Find out that the guy was like just doing substances and just getting a whole boatload of trouble. So we had to be like, oh my gosh, like I was like, I did not know that this was going on. I thought he got a little too wild, but I mean, because he's known to drink on stream, but from watching his YouTube, like he's not as crazy as how his kick could be. Right. So I took him at face value for YouTube rather than taking a kick into account. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Like, and then we had to cut ties with him, which I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's lost. I think he's lost more than anything. And you need somebody right. We were all there. My biggest thing and my message to him when I had Dave on was just get clean. Get clean. Find the right crowd. Because it's all about getting in with the right crowd and then building up with that crowd. And to where you can feel like it's a safe haven within that crowd. And the problem is like he had a little bit of a history. He was featured on Kino Casino a little bit, and I was like, I see the good in this guy. But we had to sever ties. I mean, I think eventually maybe I want to get back with him. Because he would be really fun to talk professional wrestling with or talk video games with. Just like anybody else who we'd have on the stream.
Right.
But we had to be like, we had to pull kind of we had to pull back, and we had to be like, And I apologize. I just said, hey, I did not know this went down. And luckily the guy that brought it up, he was very chill with it. And I was like, okay, cool. Like we're good. We're good. And out of this, I found like another YouTuber. He was more of like a lolcow commentator. And he was like, I don't think you did anything wrong. It's just you didn't know. And I was like, exactly. Like, but so out of all of it, I still made it. I still made a friend from it. And he got wiped away by YouTube as well. So he's on. I know.
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough.
And
fun fact about me that a lot of people don't know is that I used to train to be a professional wrestler.
Oh, really?
Here in Amarillo.
Okay.
Nice.
I did too.
Yeah. Okay. Austin was my trainer.
Okay.
And
Austin.
I was like a month out at PWF down in.
Over at the WrestlePlex?
Over there by River Road, over at the WrestlePlex.
Yeah.
I was about a month out before I got into my first match, and me and my wife, we were having our first child. So I had to make a decision either to be a professional wrestler and put money for that or put money back for my son. So I had to, I made a choice. But
the right one, actually.
There's not a moment that goes by. I had no clue. Yeah, see, you learned something new about TC. But I had such a blast training. I remember taking that first bump, dude. Oh my goodness. I honestly thought, what did I just get myself into? And for those of you that don't know, taking a bump is learning how to fall. So you have to keep your head up so you don't hit your head on the mat. Because if you hit your head on the mat, you can cause the concussion. Well, guess what I did that day? I hit my head on the mat so hard.
Oh no,
dude! And it was from the I think it was from the bottom rope. I just went back and I just didn't keep my head up and boom, banged my head on the mat. And I was like, what did I just get myself into? This is crazy. That hurt really bad. Well, what did I not do again? Hit my head on the mat. I kept my head up. But dude, I had an absolute blast doing that. And Austin was like, dude, I think you could do this. And he got a hold of me. What was it? I think like 2-3 years ago. I was like, hey, you want to take on a tag team? And I was like, bro, like no, I hadn't trained, I hadn't ran, I hadn't done anything. Get in the ring and I'll just get cooked the whole time. That's crazy.
So
you actually completed training though.
Okay.
He was like, hey, listen, it's time to get you in the ring. He was very convinced. I had only trained for, I think it was like almost a month and he was like, dude, you're ready to go. He's like, I'm setting up your match. You're ready. Like, that's how fast I got a hold of it.
Okay.
It was quick.
Wow.
Yeah, I was taking high rope bumps. I was doing moonsaults off the top rope. I was even part of the security team.
Oh, okay.
You know,
okay.
And doing stuff like that. So it was one of those things. He's like, dude, you got it down. It's like, I want to set up your first match, and I was all in for it. And then I talked to my wife, and we needed to make payment, and I was like, well, I guess this is it. You know, I choose being a father and saving that. But you know, I always look back and I'm like, man, it would have been nice to get that one match in. It would have been nice, you know what I mean? So
get one match in and then retire.
Just the one match in and then retire. You know, I always think back to that. It's funny because, you know, since I have the experience and I wrestle my kids, my sons and stuff like that, it's a whole nother level because you have the experience to do it, so you know how to do it properly without, you know, hurting or bruising or doing all that stuff. And trust me, you get bruises. Okay,
you do.
Running the rope is not a joke. That I had some of the worst bruises on my back from running the rope constantly for hours and hours on end. Just rope burn all on my back. You know, hitting that turnbuckle. Nice. Our cases are.
I was gonna say, I won't ever make any promises that about things, but we gotta let's do your thing. I was gonna say I won't make any promises, and but you know, we got connections, you know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be fun to like stream maybe one day. Well, of course, like I've broken things now, so I'll have to be completely healed up, and I'll do some working out and stuff like that. Yo, Glitchy, thank you so much for liking the TikTok. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much.
So we got a new wrestler coming down. I'm joking. New wrestler coming down to Lubbock. The TC Warrior.
So okay, so my origin story behind wrestling was I'm sure you've heard of Rex Reed.
Rex Reed, that does sound familiar for sure.
Rex Reed. So I trained with him for probably about 3 months, and I was starting to get on shows more like as a manager / they wanted to beef me up, and you know, unfortunately, it didn't work out. Yeah, it didn't work out, but I was on shows. I was actually like a manager at one point.
Nice. Okay.
And then now I do play-by-play down at Squared Circle Pro down in Lubbock.
That's really cool.
That's really cool. It's fun. And then I think I'll just read chat real quick. Drew, working out right now on 3rd and final circuit, feeling jacked. Let's go. All right, Drew, let's go, man.
Nice. Yeah, I put on, I think, 20 pounds of muscle when I was training. I was at 140, and they were like, those are really nice. They're really nice. Yeah. My wife got some new cases for us.
Cool. That's awesome.
Cases were disgusting, and mine broke, and it was no good. And she's like, I gotta get you something. So they're not expensive, but they are nice.
Okay, nice.
And they're gonna do the job.
As long as they protect your phone.
Yeah, they're gonna do the job. But you know, it's what was I saying before
you gained 20 pounds while
I gained 20 pounds of muscle. I wasn't working out at the gym or anything like that, dude. I was so committed. I would run every day. I was lifting 5-pound or 5-gallon buckets of paint.
Okay,
of paint, doing reps with them, lifting them up to get my shoulders tight, and like doing neck ups and all those different things, and lifting them, like doing curls with them. I was hitting it hard. Okay, so I put on a decent amount of weight just in muscle to prep for my first match, and then it was like, oh well, you know.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I wouldn't take that back, because putting on, you know, I was 140, so putting on 60 or 20 pounds of muscle was not like a bad thing. I looked jacked. It looked pretty crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that experience back for anything too, because it really, the deeper you get into the rabbit hole sometimes, the more real it gets.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
it gets intense, bro. It gets intense. You recognize, like, these people have a mad respect, and at least they did, from, you know, the PWF scene, and I know other local scenes that are here in Amarillo, and the, you know, the close knit tight scenes. dude, they have a genuine respect for the wrestling scene. You know, like the pro wrestling scene. They have a genuine respect, which is not something that you see per se in the mainstream type of wrestling. For them, it's like more of a joke and all those different things. But some of these guys take it so serious. Like if you didn't wipe, I learned to wipe your feet before you enter the ring. You know, to like, hey, if you're gonna get in the ring, wipe your feet outside before you even get in the ring. Like it was important to have that structure going in there. It was not a lighthearted thing. And so I can't even really watch wrestling now because it's like, dude, the heart that these other guys put in and the heart that I see on mainstream, I'm like, y'all are whack, bro. Like y'all are whack. I can't. Like rivalry back then was rivalry, bro.
They were
people in the supermarket. Guess what? You were a rivalry right then and there. Like you mess around and get into a fist fight, you know, just to keep it going, right? Because it's like we're not supposed to be hanging out in the same grocery store. Like I'm not cool with you, you're not cool with me, and that to me, that's important. That's important. Having that mindset and that type of respect for what you're putting out. I mean, it's the same thing with what you do with Unfiltered. It's the same thing with what I do with you know, the stream. It's like having that type of, you know, respect for what you do and the people that have gone before you is huge. It's huge. I mean, it's the same thing with the NBA. It's the same thing in the NFL. You watch some of these guys that don't even know what they're doing anymore. You know what I mean? Like there's okay. I'm a harp on this for just a little bit.
Sure, harp
just
away.
A little bit. Okay. LeBron James. All right. A lot of people consider this man the GOAT. Okay. They consider this man the GOAT. Now, I could say a lot of things that are contrary to that for sure. I'm not a LeBron fan at all. I will not coddle him or give him any type of, I won't disrespect him because he has played for a long time, but I will not give him the respect as I would a LeBron or not Michael Jordan or a Magic Johnson or a Larry Bird or even a Stephen Curry. You know, like those guys to me put in the work. They're there day in, day out. You know, they're consistent. They're all about it. You have this guy that all these people are looking up to that refuses to get on the court. You have all these people paying mad money for these tickets and stuff like that, and they refuse to get on the court. No respect for the people that went before him. No respect at all for the game. Like it's not about you just showing up and sitting on the bench. People want to watch you play. That's the whole point.
Agreed.
And I get you've been in the league for 22 years or whatever. Who cares? How long did you play? How many 87 game years or seasons did you actually play? Only 3. Out of the 22 years you've been on, you've only played 3 full seasons.
Right.
That to me is wild. And you claim to be something that you're not. You're not. There's other people that hold that title and that will always hold that title, in my opinion. And to be honest, this generation's GOAT is Stephen Curry. He's got the titles, he's got the MVPs, he's got the hard work. He's put in the hard work and the dedication, and he's actually changed the way the game is played today. You know, people shoot threes, come into the NBA shooting threes. Why? Because of the way Stephen Curry played his game. He found out what was good for him, and he made it work. He was not a top 100 player when he first started. He worked for everything that he has, got drafted. This young, short kid got drafted, and then came into the NBA. Nobody wanted him because his ankles sucked. He didn't have good ankles. His ankles kept getting hurt and all these different things. He worked on his ankles, worked on his game, and then presented something that a lot of times when we watch him, we're like, how in the world did you even pull that stuff off? And how are you 37 still pulling that stuff off? It's crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it all comes back to respecting the game, respecting the people that comes before you. And you know, I have respect for the Tim Tatmans and the Dr. Disrespects and you know, the Shrouds and all those different people. We don't hold the same light, of course. Like I don't
Ed's hacking.
Yeah, he's hacking over there. He's hacking my stream.
Yeah.
No. But I have respect for them, but I also have I look at them differently now than what I did once before when they first started. And I see all these kids that watch them, and they're trying to be the Tim the Tatmans and the Shrouds and the Nick Merckx and all these different people, and it's just like your influence, no matter what you're doing, no matter what game you're playing, whether you're playing in the NBA or you're in the NFL or you're playing rugby or whatever it may be, what you present and what you represent is higher than you can possibly imagine and possibly dream. And you can't take for granted what is being placed in front of you. Because if you do that, you lose sight of all the people, as we talked about earlier. You lose sight of all the people that were there at the beginning that want to be with you now but can't stand with you now because you forgot about them. Now it's about, who's giving my next dono, who's giving me 30 subs, well, YouTube is doing it better, guys. YouTube is doing it better. Like, YouTube chat is better. It's better than Twitch, all because they're giving you more money. Be grateful for everything you got.
Right.
What's coming? Like, they're literally paying for you to not do something that's a 9 to 5. Okay. That to me, I hadn't put mine on yet, but yeah, it looks good. She's really excited about these.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. But it's like, remember where, and that's what it comes for me. Like, staying grounded is huge because I have grown when it comes to let God be the central in all you do. Exactly. I mean, for me, it's that easy, but for these other people, I know that when you start the worship self, it becomes a problem. Because you do lose sight of all those people that have invested in you since day one, and it's like, what are we doing? I thank God for the DLs and the Jujis and the Kim Spooks, those people that have been with me for years and years and years. And I thank God for everybody that comes into the stream, but it's the people that have been here for years and years and years that come back and say, hey, TC, how are you doing? It's good to see you live. Glad you're still at it. That is a motivation that they would even take the time out of their day to just say, hey, I missed you, man. It's good to see you. Drop a follow or drop a sub or, drop a donut just because they just want to. That to me is huge. And I won't forget about those people because I wouldn't be where I am now without them. I'm grateful for them. Right. Anybody else that comes in, I'm grateful for you. Absolutely. Whether you've been following me for a month, a day, 10 days, or since I started, I'm grateful for every single one of you. Y'all mean a lot to me. But it's like, I refuse to forget where I've started and where I came from. So.
Yeah, and we're in the same boat. Like, we're so thankful for Rick because, like, if something happened with Ed where Ed couldn't be on, and then we're like Sweeze like can't make it, there's Rick. Right. And then there's Rick, and then today it's Drew. Jumping in chat and saying I only play games with these people. You can only get injured in sports, but these people can't break your heart. So But anyway, going back to basketball, I still I'm in the camp that Michael Jordan was the greatest.
100%.
Michael Jordan was the greatest. He could drop 40 points. He was hyper competitive. He would drive his teammates to be the best. Because you look at like interviews with MJ. And he might be bitter old man today because of how the game has changed.
Yeah, the game has changed a lot.
But he was like, man, when I came back, we were absolutely terrible. And I had to motivate these other guys to become championship caliber. And Jordan didn't join super teams. He formed super teams.
Exactly.
And I mean, yeah, they were able to acquire Dennis Rodman through a trade, but that was because they felt like they needed Rodman there as one of those pieces, along with Michael and Scottie Pippen. So I mean, but back in the 90s NBA, I mean, I still feel like the 80s and 90s, that was the golden age.
Yeah,
and then
it was.
Still, I mean, like, and then with time, the passage of time, I really think that I really do think that Kobe Bryant is is in
really
that
good.
league as well.
Really good. The reason why I bring up Stephen Curry is because he's been with this team 17 years.
Right.
It didn't change. You know, he didn't, you know, Jordan brought somebody in, but Jordan didn't change teams to be, you know, to chase championships.
Right.
And same thing with Curry. He had people come to him. Kevin Durant came to him after he lost to Stephen Curry in the playoffs.
And I feel like if that Thunder, that core of that Thunder, like of that Thunder group, the loss of the Heat in the 2012 finals, stuck together, they would have came back as a stronger team.
100. Oh yeah. I mean, the Thunder was a force to be reckoned with. Yes, Space Jam. Listen, Michael Jordan's Space Jam is way better than LeBron's Space Jam.
For sure.
Agreed. I can't believe I even sat and watched that movie. That movie was absolute garbage. I could not stand it. It was so bad. It was so bad. I was just like, oh, dude, what are we doing? Anyways, but yeah. But it comes back. It's loyalty. You know, loyalty to the game. You know, like helping your teammates rise up. And saying, hey, we're going to do this together. You're not running away from me, and I'm not running away from you. Like, if you watch some of those practice sessions with Michael Jordan, dude, he's intense, bro. And he's looking at his teammates with fierce, like, hey, no, get this right. Because when it comes game day, and if you don't get it right, I'm chewing you out. Like, that's how he was.
I mean, look no further than when he was with the Wizards, you know? Like,
oh, dude.
I mean, Kwame Brown, man. Like, I mean, Kwame just didn't get it where Jordan was trying to push Kwame to be the best that he could be.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And he just didn't take it that way.
It was, you know, I hate to say it, but we live in this microwave generation now where everything has to be now. If I don't have it now, then I'm going to go to the next thing, and maybe that'll make it happen for me. And that's this issue that we're having right now where some things take time. You have to build up. You know, you don't plant a seed and then watch it grow in one day. Like, it takes years. You know what's so cool? My pastor did an illustration of how a seed is sown. He did that today, and it was over a year before this thing actually produced fruit, and it had to be pruned, and it had to do all these different things before it produced fruit. You gotta put in the work, put in the time, put in the effort, you know, and not give up, not quit and back down just because it's easier to go buy a tree from the store. We all can buy a tree from the store, but it's because of the seeds that were planted before us that we have the trees that we have now. You know what I mean? That we have the apple trees and the seeds and all these different things that we have now is because people went before us and planted those seeds and cultivated those seeds and watched them grow. Yeah, it's almost irritating to me to know, like, you can say one thing and you can mean it with their whole heart, and then 5 minutes later you give up because it didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen 5 minutes after you said it. You got to have patience. You got to be willing to work at it. You know, this stream thing didn't just happen all of a sudden. It took work. God put it on my heart to do, but I still had to hit the live button.
Right.
You know, I still have to put in the work and say, hey, all right, I'm streaming for 8 hours or sometimes 16 hours. I could stream with the most randomly long times, not knowing why I'm streaming, just because I'm live and I'm talking to people. We're chit-chatting, I'm playing games and I'm having fun. And then I look up and it's 16 hours later. I'm like, why am I still up? And then I get raided, you know, and somebody asks a question and they ask a question about my faith. And then I get to share my testimony. And now that one person that asked that question that wasn't here for the past 16 hours that I was live has now got an answer to a question that if they would have rated somebody else, they might not have gotten that answer. It was like, there's a reason why I do what I do, you know, and the reason why I put in the work and why I stream these long hours, because it's worth it. It's worth it. You gotta put your best foot forward. Like we talked about earlier, you gotta hit the record button. You know, you gotta be there every Sunday, you know, expecting somebody, even if it's one person, to show up and say hi. You know, you gotta be there. You gotta be willing to talk.
Right. Even for that one person to tell you, hey, I'm drinking 1 beer per set instead of protein drinks as an experiment.
Yeah. Like, see, that's wild. That's not something that I would do. It's not something I encourage anybody to do, actually. You're going to get dehydrated that way.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, what day are we taking off this month?
Oh, that'd be the 28th.
The 28th. Right. So we better start saying that now, so when we get to the 28th, it'll have been repeated like 3 times.
Yeah. We got to remind people that.
But yeah, it's really cool to just know, like, hey, they're gonna be there as long as you're there, and they're gonna support you as long as you're there. You know what I mean? You speak into their lives, they speak into your lives. At least on my end, that's how it goes here. You know, I'm not always. Well, I say that I'm not always happy, but I don't know. God has done so much in my life. It's hard for me to just complain about just little bitty things when my legs are working, my feet are working, my hands are working, my eyes still work. You know, I can move my eyebrows and like all these different things that we take for, you know, then just like, that's nothing. Well, my lungs are working. I don't have to think about it. My heart's working. I don't have to think about it. Like there's internal things that are happening, blood still flowing, that I don't have to think about. And it's like, I'd rather sit on gratitude than sit on complaining, you know, because complaining leads to nothing, especially if you can't change it anyways. What's it going to add to you if you complain about a situation that you can't change? Think about it.
Right.
It's just going to make you more frustrated, more angry. You know, it's not going to benefit you at all. But what if you were just like, hey, you know what? Despite what happened, I'm going to be thankful anyways. I'm not going to let that situation change or dictate the way that I'm going to go throughout my day, because I can't change it anyways. I can't change how people respond to me, but I can change how I respond to people.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how I go about it. I've had people come in and call me the N-word, and
oof.
Dude, it's I've dealt with it, and you know what I do? Oh, I'm sorry you feel like that. I love you anyways.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great response.
But here's the thing, it's incredible. Like I could have gotten really mad at that person for saying that, and like, hey, get out of my stream, like you're banned. You know, I could have did all these different things like you see a lot of streamers do, like, no, get this guy out of here, he's trash, you know. Or I could change it up and maybe potentially reach somebody that has never had that same experience with somebody else. Yeah, babe. My wife's taking a nap. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. She's like, can you lower it a little bit? I'm taking a nap. This is where ASMR mode comes in.
Gotcha.
I get a little bit more quiet, especially when at nighttime hours when I'm streaming, and it's like, I don't feel like going to bed. We're having such a good time. And then I have to turn my voice down, and then people start to redeem the ASMR because I don't know, whatever. It's part of it, I guess.
Oh, okay. Nice.
This will make you laugh. This will make you laugh. I've got 9,700 points right now on your stream.
Oh my word.
Oh my.
I won't do it. I promise.
I'm about to put up a point where if you spend a certain amount of points on the goal, I'll do a 48-hour stream. So.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's going to be intense. No sleep for a 40-hour stream. So
that's at least like 20 bathroom breaks.
Oh yeah, for real. That's going to be, you know. So I'm about to put up a certain amount of points. If you get X amount of points and y'all share it towards that, then I'll do a 48-hour stream.
Well, your top right now is 100,000 to get VIP status, so you're probably going to be definitely doing more than that.
Oh yeah, it'll be more than that for sure. I guarantee there's people not far off of the 100,000. I had somebody that was determined to stay in my stream until they got VIP with their own points. Like it was crazy. Like I'm determined I'm gonna get it by earning points. So it's cool to have something that people can go after. It also helps them be a part of the stream.
Just like the Pepsi points to get you a what was it?
The Harrier jet.
The Harrier jet, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So it's just this fun thing. It helps the community have a goal that they can get towards, and it's the same thing about putting up sub goals and follow goals and stuff like that. It helps people come in and see like, hey, this guy has a goal. He's thinking about this. He's thinking about that. Well, maybe I can help out with that. It's all part of it. Just bringing the community in. I know, like, technically I don't get very much of the sub, but any sub that comes in, Twitch sees that, and then they're like, oh, well, this guy's making us money, so let's push his content a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because we're making money off of this guy. I get a little bit of it, but they get the majority of it, and so it does help when somebody subs to the channel, because Twitch is like, money. I see money. That guy right there. So, but it's all things that I have to take into account when I'm streaming. But I don't focus on how many subs I got and anything like that. Even though I have sub goals and stuff like that I do. That's not the main reason why I sub, or that's not the main reason why I stream. The main reason why I stream is to reach as many people as I possibly can for the Lord, and to be a place where people can hang out, enjoy themselves, and just find peace from the chaos. Yeah, that's why I stream.
That's safe haven.
Yep.
I don't know. I've had an absolutely good time with you. I'm going to hate when it comes to an end, but I don't know, Tyler, how are we doing?
We're doing good.
We've been here for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
We have. Drew wanted to say a few more things before heading out. I like this guy's mentality. So solid dude. So, hey, kudos to you.
Thank you. Appreciate
that. And then gotta go. Love y'all, though. God bless everyone. So,
amen. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thanks so much.
Yeah. We love Drew on this show. He loves the shout outs to Sumo Dog, and he's just a great person to have around, and he always just hypes us up. So
that's awesome.
And I want to tell you that I probably agree with you. I don't know if you got an allergy to come down, but I hope you recover soon, because I know it's miserable.
It's been tough, dude. I've had a fever all day. I didn't hardly sleep at night. And I've just been like, my body's been fighting this thing for 3 days. Yesterday I was streaming, and I was just kind of relaxing. I didn't really play any multiplayer games. I was just kind of hanging out, because it was hitting me pretty hard. And then last night, like I said, the sleep thing was not good. So I didn't wind up going to church this morning because I was just out of it. And even now, like, my body's aching and I'm hurting, but I knew that I had made a commitment to be on the podcast. So I didn't want to miss it. And plus, I'm at home. I can always just go lay down and just relax.
Right.
And I'm in my chair anyway, so I'm kind of just I'm chill, but you can see by my eyes like they're red. And I stay chill, but I'm even more chill right now. Kind of like as it's going on. Sorry to hear that.
Oh,
I'm praying for you. Thank you so much, Spook. I appreciate you, man.
No, we appreciate your. If you need to cancel, we would have completely understood. But thank you for being here.
But it's one of those things, man. I don't believe in coincidence. There's no Hebrew word for coincidence. I don't know if people know that, but there's no Hebrew word for coincidence. God doesn't operate in coincidences. So there's a reason why he wanted me on this podcast. So I didn't take that lightly. I wanted to be here and make sure that I was here, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know who can hear this and completely change your life. So that's important.
Exactly. So, I mean, you know what? We'll let you get your rest. We'll let you get your rest.
It's bedtime.
Get a kind of a power nap in and relax a little bit. But thank you so much for being here. I mean, it's so great to have not only just, hey, how you got this all going, to your thoughts on from, the future of the platform of streaming to, I mean, and it's not limited to just Twitch or like Facebook or
it's
YouTube,
everywhere. It's literally everywhere. TikTok, YouTube,
Right.
Instagram. If it's there, I post on it. I may not go live on all those platforms, but my main 2 platforms that I go live on is Twitch and TikTok at the moment.
Yeah, and even to your testimonial to where, hey, like, this is what makes me go. This is, you know, it's not only, it's only the, you know, the big man upstairs. It's also the community that keeps you going as well.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Very inspirational. Ed, do you got anything else?
I just, again, thank you for giving us the opportunity to visit with you on here. And I enjoy watching you in your stream, of course. And well, you will have to get our families together and go have dinner or something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be
awesome.
great.
So, yep, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what were you going to say?
I was gonna plug you real quick. So, you know, you can find Israel at twitch.tv. TCWarriorETP. Check him out. He is fantastic and
thank you so much.
Also very inspirational. So yes, if you are feeling down and you need a little pickup, man, Israel's your guy. So
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You betcha.
I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's reserved Wednesdays and Sundays for family time because I've worked 7 days a week and I'm not doing that again.
Right. I know how that is.
Even Saturday, sometimes I just don't go live because it's not like a set date for me, but I usually go 4 days for sure without question. And sometimes it's 8 hours, sometimes it's longer, but usually get no less than 8 hours for sure.
Sure.
Right on. We also wanted to say that if you enjoyed our content, then please like, subscribe, and share, and get the word out.
Yes, get the word out, guys. Come check these guys out.
Disclaimer: we don't always have clean language.
They're not always.
We were good boys today. So.
I was about to say,
today we were very good.
I didn't preconceive this thing at all being like this. Like I said, I was open to all of the language because I knew what I was getting into. But I thank you guys so much for at least taking it into consideration, even without me saying it. I really do appreciate it.
And if all else fails, we probably would have we probably would have used like Puritan curse words anyways. So yes, we're like Puritans. So dadgummit, you know.
Got dandruff.
Got dandruff.
Some of it itches.
Son of a biscuit, you know.
Yeah, son of a biscuit. I've said that multiple times. I literally, the points that you get for just my loyalty points are called biscuits because I would say son of a biscuit all the time when I first started. So if you
nice.
collect my warfighter points, they're biscuits. They're called biscuits. So.
Okay. No risk it, no biscuit, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Okie dokie. All right. Yeah, we'll wrap this up, but Israel, thank you again so much for joining us.
You guys.
We'd love to have you
back.
An
honor. Absolutely.
I'll let you
feel better.
Yes, go feel better.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest.
All right.
Like I hate to say it, but I've been sweating profusely over here as the fever has been hitting me. But I am grateful that I was able to come on and at least share my story and get to talk to you guys. And it's been an absolute blast. So thank you guys so much for having me on.
You betcha. All right. Well, until next time. Well, actually, let me do a little. Let me do a little bit of the schedule. So we'll be back on next week. We'll have the founder and basically he's the head honcho, one of the two head honchos of Press Pass Sports. My good friend Cale Steed will be on. Nice. Yeah, he used to be in TV. He worked under the man, the myth, the legend himself, Lee Baker, for some time. So Cale will be on next week, and then we're gonna get Corin Davis from KAMR. I'm still kind of working out some to where she can pop on, but hopefully she'll be on for the Christmas edition, December 21st. Corin will be a blast. We'll probably argue over what chicken place is the best, so you'll have to tune in for that one. She will die on the Chick-fil-A hill, where I disagree. Yeah, see.
I mean, it's not bad. It's better than Cane's, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, yeah.
I can't stand Cane's. Cane's always tastes like burnt oil to me for some reason. Like they don't change their oil enough. Their sauce really does carry their chicken, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Right, yeah.
Stand on that.
And then we'll have a little bit of a Christmas break, December 28th, and then when we get back, we'll have recently retiring pro wrestler Duke Cornell.
Okay.
And
nice.
Duke's he has great stories. He's been everywhere and anywhere in between. He never went to the big leagues, but he's traveled coast to coast all over the place. He's got plenty of stories to tell. We used to, so you'll get a kick out of this before you leave, Israel. We used to do backyard wrestling together way back in the day. So
it was intense, bro. Yeah, I remember backyard wrestling. That stuff was crazy.
Oh, that's how we got our starts. So
yeah.
But okay. All right, until next time. I mean, Israel, may the Lord be with you. Always be with you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
And we'll see you guys next week. All right.
Yeah, have a good one.
We'll do. Right. See y'all.
Later.
Take care.